So you've got, like, what, 2 islands to do?
2 islands and then the final, final pirate palace thingy. And also finding any stray magic that I need to
yeah, but that shouldn't be too bad, actually.
No, that's literally just I go to the island and I try to remember where it is. I realize that's...
I go to the island to get lost for 3 hours.
I think there's 1 or 2 that might actually cause me to get lost for most of the stream.
Oh, God.
Okay, so... I didn't actually get any of the items together that I was supposed to continue, because I didn't have the time. If I'm not mistaken, I have to bring some things to Bolo to have him put them together for me. The X-ray specs and something else make me a mask that let me get into the place.
I am way too much of a fan of the new emotes that I have.
We have new emotes?
I have subscriber emotes.
Oh, you subscribe to,
Tintan.
Yeah.
So I have Tintan Dong and, like, Tintan Kuma, so... Yeah. Yep. Makes me very happy.
Actually, speaking of, one sec here.
What's your name on Twitch? Is it just Scud?
Yeah, it's just Scud.
Congratulations, you're an editor.
Well, that took long enough.
You know that thing I haven't done in 7.5 months? Here's how long it takes for me to do that. Open page, type in Scud, add. See, you're an editor now. You can make highlights and make sure our streams don't vanish. Hey Jess, what's up?
I don't actually have subscriber emotes. I was supposed to, but I apparently keep forgetting to actually use my Twitch Prime sub.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just kind of used my Twitch Prime sub for it. Can you say something, Scud?
Yeah, I'm talking words, talking. Hello.
Right, there. You should be a nice bit louder now.
Bolo hates me because I had to wear metal bathing suits.
Wait, metal?
Yeah, there was metal involved.
They're gold.
Gold is metal.
Well, that's technically true. It's not
I'm missing
metal.
something. I have the X-ray specs, but I'm missing the other part of the mask, so I need to figure out where to get that. I think I need to go talk to Brody Tops. I say I think because I honestly haven't got a goddamn clue. Oh yeah, I have some upgrades now. Like I have a backdash that I'm never gonna use because it's worthless.
Oh, is the backdash actually really bad?
Yeah, it's got like fringe case uses, but I'm not gonna, like use it very often.
You get the boots from this island, don't you?
From Mudbug, I think so.
And then you have to flutter dash. The fucking
no,
dumbass analog.
I think I get the boots actually. I think I get the boots from the last island. I think Mudbug gives me the cannon.
Oh, okay.
Which gives me the double jump.
All I know is that once you have the boots, you get to play a fantastic game where you use 2 different methods of fucking movement input to dash.
Yeah, but on the plus side, it lets me skip the entirety of the like almost the entirety of the Oubliette of Suffering.
Oh, well, that's actually a really good thing.
Because that's unintended.
Taco Man, please don't. Tongs out for DK.
Oh, right, I have to find chests in the ground because I have the scimitar now.
Yo, you gotta dig.
Dig.exe. It's dig dug time. Except I don't have a hose. I wish I had a hose.
You really... The last thing this game needs is, like, inflation fetish. Like, we've already covered just about everything else.
Oh. How did I not kill you before?
bats are still like a weird concept to me, like the crazy bats that just give you magic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the dark magic transformed them into tackle bats.
And yeah, it's the Zomber chick.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
As soon as I can. Oh, God damn it.
You know, Scud, we only need one thing now. The ability to hand controls off to other players instantaneously with no lag. Actually... Oh, that's interesting. Crippling STDs and other... I mean, but if you were able to turn yourself into a zombie, then it wouldn't matter, right, Spooky? So, like, that would be the trade-off, right? You just have to become a zombie yourself, and then you're golden.
Okay, I'm back. I forgot to tell people that I was doing things and not to interrupt.
Oh, that's perfectly fine, man. Yeah, like, if you're willing to just fucking turn yourself into a zombie, then zombie chick is good. No problem. And in this world, being a zombie isn't really problematic, honestly.
No.
You just need caffeine.
Pretty much.
Like,
caffeine sustains you as a zombie. You don't have a soul, but that's about the extent of it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not the worst thing. Like, you mostly just need some coffee.
Mostly.
Yeah, welcome to Shantae, Spooky.
I fucking...
Why do I still have censoring turned on this channel?
Yeah, why? We've been saying that forever.
Look, shut the fuck up, okay? It's been like 3 years, and I'm finally starting to open up like the video manager thing for the first time
How long
ever.
did you make me an editor?
Since you first asked, like 8 months.
Okay, that's the fossil. I believe that's what I need for the mask, but there's
Yeah,
other
I think
stuff too.
I'm gonna change my picture as well
God damn
on
it.
Twitch. No, not that one. That's not what I've. That's not the one it's changing to. Hold on.
Is the one it's not changing to lewd?
Well, it's actually just a picture of May's ass and nothing else.
So yes.
It's not that lewd, but it is like probably too lewd for Twitch.
Wait, lewd-esque.
Ludesque. Is that like when Desk taps out some elevator porn music? Actually, where the fuck are my icons? I normally keep them all like stored. Why is my Dropbox not synced at the moment? What the fuck is going on? Like, what is anything at the moment? Wait, but... Okay. Okay. There it is. Hey, little universe! Remember, kids, if you want to beat government censors, just comma your fuck shits and bitches. Yeah, that's the best way to do it, man. I almost clicked disable your Twitch account.
That wouldn't be a good thing.
I'm not paying any attention. Okay, channel and videos. Inappropriate. Automatically archive all of my broadcasts. Delete. Huh? Opt out. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I got the death mask. So yeah, Bolo's a nerd now because I gave him glasses.
Yeah, I also have to remove people because we actually have like 7 or 8 people on the hosting list apparently.
Huh.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I might sneeze a bit, by the way. I have allergies.
Yeah. Alright guys,
Take a break shortly to grab a
the word
Halls.
filter has been removed and my icon has been updated for the Twitch. Yay. So you finally have the ability to type words.
I figured I'd break it in.
Yeah, clearly. I still need an actual icon that isn't copyright, but I'll do one. I'll get one eventually. So yeah, after like I don't know, 6 or 7, you know, Actually, it's been longer. It's been years, literally years, that people have been asking me to turn off the goddamn word filter, and I've just left it on.
Took long enough.
We've only been streaming since, like, 2012. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, we've been streaming since forever.
Well, I guess,
How
actually...
are we not partnered?
I was streaming from, like, 2012 probably to, like, 2014, and then I think I brought you guys on in 2014, right?
Yeah, 2013 or 2014, yeah.
I think it was late 2013 or early 2014 that I brought you guys on.
It was, I think, September or October, regardless of whatever year it was.
Oh, that's good. Your entire stream dropped out of beam. There we go. It's back.
Weird. Oh my god, I fucked Mudbog Island so hard in the ass.
But it has to be fandom based. That's all I do is fandoms. That's my entire life as a fandom. No, I specifically make my avatar rarity so nobody can make merchandise. That's the whole point. That happened yesterday, Spooky, as well. Like, our secret beam stream got shown, because if for some reason Scud's stream drops to beam, it'll automatically kick you out of full screen mode.
Oh, yeah. That bento box. And god fucking...
Yeah, people might be a little bit crazy. We might have to rein in the first, like, few days. You know, to be fair, like, people put out a ton of fucking stuff that's, like, fan-made MMLP and then sell it all over the place anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a difference between, like, selling fan art shirts and...
Oh, that's actually true. And, like, branding stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, what you're doing is essentially trademark infringement.
Oh, of course it is. It's fucking serious trademark infringement. But I need something to represent me, and I don't know what.
We'll come up with a parody horse or something.
Use the transformative clause.
Well, like I said, as long as it's parody.
Let's infringe on as many properties as we can. I'll just keep the exact design of Rarity, but change the cutie mark to be Mario's face.
To be fair, we've already been transformative with it enough, thanks to Spooky, in that you now have a
beard.
Scraggly beard.
Yeah, scraggly beard and extremely disgruntled. Yeah. Probably is that probably is transformative enough as long as we don't use like the cutie mark or anything, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, we could change the color of the hair if it came to it, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, that's an important part of game design, Bombcat. You need to add boobs to your enemies and make them as fucking creepy as possible while adding as many boobs as you can.
Yeah. In fact, any number of boobs other than 2 makes things immediately creepy.
Wait, what happened recently with the chick that had the Zoidberg deal, McParker? Limp dick horn. Oh yeah, there's that too. The pressed horn. At least the enemies here are super fucking cool.
Forget how to get into that. Dash for that, actually.
Do you need dash? Oh, to break the wall, probably.
It's either that or it's scimitar from above, but I don't think it's scimitar from up here.
I don't think you have enough space to start. Well, because they wouldn't intend.
There's a point where I have to do a really silly chain dash. Because you can actually chain your momentum while jumping in this game when you do that. Yeah, there's a really silly one in this game.
Yeah, see, I think that's why speedrunning is so fast though, because whenever you're doing it with the dash from the very start of the game, and then the short dash thing that they didn't like, kind of expect.
It's less green waifu.
Less green waifu.
It is quite literally Roddy's soul.
Yeah, that's really fucking hilarious, actually.
That's really depressing, by the way.
That is
The fact that her soul
crazy
dreams
fucking...
of her zombie life.
That is really crazy depressing. Jesus fucking Christ, Shantae is just hitting all of the fucking feels, man. Less green waifu. Yeah, Jess.
It's green waifu before she turned green.
Yeah. When she was better waifu.
I
Yo.
mean, I won't entirely disagree.
I mean, that fucking Sailor Girl outfit. Let's go.
Yeah, the, like, schoolgirl uniform.
Mm. That is absolutely how you do things, folks. Yeah, Roddy hulked the fuck out. That's how it worked. Yeah, it is kind of like the Heartless and the Nobodies, right? Like, where you have, like Nobodies keep memories of their past lives, but Heartless completely lose them, if I remember, right? Or is it the other way around? No.
No,
Can't, yeah. Nobodies keep their form.
Yeah.
While Heartless,
I don't remember what the strict difference is. It's been so long since I've actually...
Yeah, I'm actually going to be chain playing all the Kingdom Hearts games on stream for Kingdom
I
Hearts
really
3
want
comes
to,
out.
but 1.5 and 2.5 aren't on PS4, and I don't know if they ever plan on putting them there, which is depressing.
They said they wanted to, but like I don't know if they're going to.
Well,
Like,
Square said they wanted to.
Yeah.
What's his face, who actually directs them, has zero interest in doing it for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the actual trick, Bombcat. Everyone in Kingdom Hearts is Sora. Everyone. Every single character is Sora.
Pretty much.
That's why every time Sora dies, he just becomes a different Sora, and that's how it works. That's how the video games happen.
Okay, red coin.
But yeah, I am gonna stream Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 at the very least before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, and then probably go launch stream Kingdom Hearts 3.
I might actually, just because I haven't played it, at some point before KH3 comes out, pick up 2.8 and stream Dream Drop Distance.
Ooh, I would love to do that, actually. It's been a very long time since I played Dream Drop. I'm kind of upset that 356 didn't get a re-release.
Yeah, like it did, but I think it's all cutscenes.
Yeah, it's all cutscenes. Like, 356 is fucking so good. It's actually one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games from a story perspective. Yeah, I can totally understand that he's like completely focused on Kingdom Hearts 3. Also, rarity and oversized shoes with a ridiculous key for a weapon. Okay, yeah, that'll be our mascot for the stream.
Oh boy.
The start of Kingdom Hearts 2 is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Yeah, no. I agree, Mick Parker. 356 divided by 2 days is not just one of the best games on the DS, frankly, it's one of the best games in the series.
I've heard story-wise it's really good, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's insane story-wise. I absolutely love it. I actually think it's probably the strongest game story-wise in Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2 is really, really, really close behind, though. With Kingdom Hearts 1 being one of the weakest games story-wise, I think, in Kingdom Hearts.
Well, because Kingdom Hearts 1 was, they didn't try to do a whole lot with it. And then Kingdom Hearts, everything after Kingdom Hearts, they tried to do a little too much with it, I think.
There was too much setup in Kingdom Hearts 1, and then the setup wasn't capitalized on because Kingdom Hearts 2 essentially rewrote all the rules.
Yeah.
And they've stayed pretty consistent after that. It's just that Kingdom Hearts 1 doesn't fit into the rest of Kingdom Hearts anymore, I don't think. So you're manning down throw into up A? Because that's what you're telling me, yeah, because that you're maining down throw into up A, into down A, into up A, into up A, into down A, into rethrow.
And green coin.
Alright, that's it.
Oh,
Hello,
shit.
Gemini.
That's it. I am dead tired, and I have work, but I don't even care. I just came in because I heard some very questionable statements about Kingdom Hearts.
You heard some accurate statements concerning Kingdom Hearts, and now, yeah, I don't know.
There was an accurate statement, I'll give you that. There was the accurate statement that 358 by 2 has probably the best story of all the games.
Yeah.
Good job there.
Yeah, 356 by 2 is certainly the best story in the
There
game.
was the less accurate statement that said, right, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 is right behind.
Okay, Kingdom Hearts 2 is right behind because Kingdom Hearts 2 establishes the rules by which the entire rest of the series is placated upon. And it also corrects the fact that Kingdom Hearts 1 didn't establish jack shit, or more accurately, tried to establish things, realized it had no consistency inside of its own universe, and had to be rewritten. Like,
Hey, so, guys, welcome
Yeah.
to RNG Check, Shantae Edition.
Hello,
oh,
everybody.
no.
I have to beat 3 coin tosses in a row.
Jazz!
good.
You immediately
Let me-
come in and what you say that, like, you're like... whatever.
I
Gemini
don't-
doesn't think this game is trash.
I never said
Nobody in
Shantae
our
was
group
trash.
thinks this game is trash because everyone
I
in our
don't
group
care much about Shantae, but I never said it was
yeah,
trash.
you don't like good
Oops,
platformers.
I timed him out for 10 minutes, so however did that happen?
What did you just say to me?
You don't like good platformers.
What? You take that back. I like Mega Man 7 and 0. Okay, you're right. Oh, look at me, I'm Kademi. I don't think Rogue Legacy is fucking Jesus come back to life.
It is.
It's not to say it's not good, but
There we
by
go.
God, the way it's talked
Rogue
up.
Legacy
Okay,
is
wait.
the second coming of Christ.
I
Like,
saved that one for Undertale, thank you.
not
Not as a platformer.
that's
though.
the third
I
coming
think
of
it was
Christ.
much weaker as a platformer.
That's the third coming of Christ.
Where is this beam link? I know there was one in
Huh?
admitted chat.
Yeah, probably a bit back, but...
Oh, there it is. Found it.
It's beam.pro.
Oh, don't tell them.
Google.
Oh, now you've told them. Great. Now everyone is going to come to Scud's secret beam.pro.google.
Gave us our freedom, Gemini. Oh, hey, Gemini. I finally got rid of the fucking
Oh, yeah.
censor.
Yeah, I did
After-
hear that.
After 5 years, 4 years of streaming.
I heard about that in the background. yeah,
And
that's
Scud
right.
is actually an editor now, so we have somebody that might actually save streams.
Thank God, really. We need help.
I was really tempted, by the way, to make Spooky an editor because he's Tintin's editor, and I wanted to like be like, "Nah, fuck you, come over here now."
It was ours first. We saw him first.
No, we did not.
I got Spooky
That
first,
is-
and it was
that is-
and it was
that
Pokken
is-
that gave us Spooky.
That is completely wrong, Gemini.
So
that
whenever
is
you fucking tell me the Pokken,
that is
game, man. That second statement was right. You can't take that one away from me.
We didn't have him first.
No, we got him from Pokken though. That was the second statement I made.
That statement's right. Yeah, sure. We got him from Pokken. But you're fucking on crack if you think we had him before Tintin.
I would like to think so, even though it's not true. I would like to pretend. And I like to pretend about a lot of things, frankly.
Yeah, you do.
So let me tell you about Kingdom Hearts 2.
It's good.
Because I don't think this was done well enough. See, here's the problem. Kingdom Hearts 1's story would have been completely fine if it had no sequels. Actually, the problem with Kingdom Hearts 1's story is that Kingdom Hearts 2 exists. Not necessarily the other way around. But once Kingdom Hearts 2 happened and the rest of the story sort of got, like, built on that, now you're right. Here's the problem. The rest of the series after Kingdom Hearts 2 literally is attempting to go back and fix everything that game broke. And it broke almost everything. Like, in establishing new rules, it also simultaneously broke half of them.
Yes, but this is because, again, I don't even feel like Kingdom Hearts 1 is consistent in itself. But this is my personal
Kingdom
problem.
Hearts 1 was self-consistent. It was self-consistent enough, anyways.
It was
just wasn't,
self-consistent
like,
in the fact that it had no actual story.
But there was totally a story
and a
in
bunch of
Kingdom
made-up
Hearts 1. It was just
rules.
simple.
So,
Like,
I want you guys to know I just picked up some pit stink.
Oh,
Yes,
excellent.
that's an important thing for a
See-
young girl.
I'm not even... Never mind. You know, I kind of missed this because, like, I caught a little bit of the restream yesterday and I found myself yelling at the monitor answers to, like, or responses to things that Kademi would say, and I'm like, shit, he can't hear me. Now I can finally do
Pick
it
it
in
up.
real time. Now there's some manly musk, excellent.
Like what?
I
Gemini?
smell like some kind of mutant buffalo.
Like, I'm forgetting what it was now, but I found myself, like, retorting things at the screen constantly.
Oh my god.
It was great. I did find myself doing that slightly to the Kingdom Hearts thing, and then I was like, ah, shit, I need to go in there. This is too much. I need to stop him before he says that, like, man, the characterization in Kingdom Hearts 2 was so good. Before he says that, I need to stop him.
Okay, like the characterization wasn't great, but in terms of
The characterization for the game stops after the prologue does.
but like,
The prologue was good.
but like, okay, but in terms of like world building, Kingdom Hearts 2 literally
I mean,
does
there were-
everything
there
in the series.
There were other parts of
world-building-wise.
the game that had good characterization, and I absolutely will argue that point to the end of the fucking era. Not all of the game, granted, but there were plenty of parts throughout that had
Axel was almost a character for part of it. There you go. That's one. That's one. And then there was Cloud. He developed from brooding in the corner, asking you where Sephiroth was.
There were
actually
actually quite a few of the Disney
was.
characters that absolutely like evolved over the course of the stages you played.
Okay, every Disney character evolved insofar as like their movie evolved, because every single Disney stage in Kingdom Hearts is literally just a fucking like microcosm of the film they were in. So I don't really know if that counts.
Look, it's okay, Gemini. In Kingdom Hearts 3, we're gonna get some really cool worlds to go to, like Iron Man.
Like, that's not happening, alright?
That's what you think.
That's what I know. Let me rephrase that one for you. We're more likely to see a fucking Proud Family world than we are to see an Iron Man world.
Oh my god. Can we have a Carly Rae Jepsen world?
Who? See, this is what I miss being able to do.
Just make exclamations as to what the fuck.
Because, like, before, you wouldn't be able to tell me who.
I mean, you Google that shit.
Sora at the Death Star. Star Wars is very slightly more likely to happen, and I only say that because Tron was in 2.8. Oh, that's another thing I yelled at the screen. Somebody said something about like they didn't want to dilute the Kingdom Hearts thing because Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out. Do you not realize that Kingdom Hearts 2.85 is coming?
No, that's the thing, Gemini. They're talking about the developer of Kingdom Hearts 3. That they have actually made that statement themselves, from what I know.
They made the statement that they don't want to dilute things before the release of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes, because
they realize what they're releasing.
Because they want to focus entirely on Kingdom Hearts 3 from now on. That's why they're not going to re-release the PS3 remakes on the PS4.
Well, I guess that in and of itself is a little bit redundant right now, but like they have squeezed so much.
I still don't understand why Shantae Mega Man explodes.
Pew, 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 pew.
I don't get it.
It's honest to God, it's because they have no death animation for her when she's in special states. That's all I can think of.
I've got a dark alley
also,
and a bad idea.
It's way forward, so it's an homage thing.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Well, McParker said that he probably doesn't want to dilute things more, but I'm pretty sure that he himself has actually said something similar to that.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's like it's really funny to me because it's like you are literally releasing a game within the next year called Kingdom Hearts 2.8.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if dilution of your brand was a concern, you would have stopped diluting it back around birth by
it's not about the concept of dilution of brand. It's about the concept of dilution of development time.
Okay, all right. Well, I understand that a little bit more, but I still think we probably could have done without 2.8. Frankly, I mean, like, finishing it off is cute and everything.
We're already missing a bunch of fucking re-releases that we need, so that all of the games are actually playable. Like,
well, admittedly, I would have liked 350.
Yeah, it's a fucking sham that our 356 is just a fucking set of cutscenes.
To be fair, the story was the best part about that game.
The story was the best part about the game, so
but
like
the multiplayer would have been rad as fuck because
the
multiplayer was the other cool thing nobody ever got to play. So like...
I did. I got to.
Oh, you got to actually play the multiplayer? I actually played with
other people at a convention once, and it's insanely fun. It's probably some of the best, like... I have never seen an action game with multiplayer like that. It's just really cool and really fun, and no one gets to enjoy it.
I played some of the multiplayer in, like, the single-player capacity to, like, see what I was missing out on, and it's like, man, that's really cool. And then Birth by Sleep came out, and it had similar multiplayer features, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to take that on. Oh, wait a minute, PSP game? Ad hoc.
Yeah.
And then, oh, Birth by Sleep is getting a remake for 2.5. This is their chance.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, PS3, ad hoc, by which I mean, no, we're not developing anything, assholes.
Yeah, PS3 ad hoc play.
Ad hoc development.
Like, I don't know, it's really funny to me that they screwed that up in particular, because the multiplayer in those games is really fun.
We're never gonna have a Kingdom Hearts
really
multiplayer.
Unique.
Never. It's not happening. It can't exist. Like, in a multiplayer internet Kingdom Hearts game will never happen.
There you go. That's what's important. We will never have a net play Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah.
We've had multiplayer multiple times now.
Oh, yeah. Well, just like we'll never have a net play Dissidia game, which is why the fucking arcade game is just never coming to PS4.
Yeah,
ever.
I am so kind of disappointed because that actually looks really good.
It does. I would love to play it. Scott, I don't think you're grasping this. Okay, there you go.
This is a complicated puzzle.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. There was no grasping.
Scott, that is not the way to solve
Yeah, shut up.
Momentum canceling. Tricky.
What?
At least the momentum from the cage would normally bring you back. But you
Gemini,
cancel
know
it.
what momentum canceling is. Yeah, I think I understand why, like, I described Smash Tech to you, and you're like, what?
No, it's because Smash Tech makes no fucking sense, and you know it.
Smash DIing makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't even make sense to you.
Smash DIing.
You didn't even know how it worked in Smash 4 until you looked it up.
That's because Smash 4 is weird!
That's because Melee DIing actually made less practical sense than Smash 4 DIing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just got Risky's boots.
No, Gemini,
Oh,
Gemini.
shit,
We're talking about different mechanics. I'm talking about Smash DIing, not DIing in Smash.
What?
Yes, there's 2 types of DI, dude. Well, actually, there's technically 4, but like, Smash DI is a separate technique entirely.
Oh my god.
There we go. We got them boots.
Yeah, he's got Risky's boots. So
Yo,
if Risky
boots
could
are
do
good,
this,
right?
then like, I mean,
Risky, but
her fight would have been a lot harder.
She didn't have her boots.
In the Game Boy Color game, I'm assuming she did.
No, man, she found all that shit later.
Oh, okay.
Alright, and now I get to skip everything.
She was like a fledgling pirate in the GBC game. Also, the GBC game, according to Scud, is not canon.
What?
I'm not 100% sure if it's canon.
Yeah, I don't think anyone
it's
is
the first-
100% sure if it's canon.
That would be like saying Kingdom Hearts 1 isn't canon, which I guess Kademia would be happy with, but like...
That would be very nice, actually.
you're having some trouble with them saber cancels there,
Yeah,
bro.
shut up.
To be fair, it's actually really hard to do on a platform that thin, like that small.
Man, this
Shantae
might
the
just be
Hedgehog.
a button. You push the button and then she starts saber.
Okay,
dancing.
but the problem is that,
That's-
like, he's trying to do something that is completely unintended.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
So what you do
Well, that's
is
because,
you
yeah.
use the analog stick and the D-pad and tap them in opposite directions, Gemini, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, it will cause your momentum to build towards the dash when you're not supposed to be able to do that. You're supposed to just
Yeah.
have to run.
Well, I guess actually, yeah, because their game design didn't account for it. But it would be nice, like, if from a game design perspective, they were just like,
Oh.
push the R button and you just immediately
If-
start the dash.
If they had
Yeah, but
originally
that
built
would
the game
entirely
that way,
destroy some of their game design, that like level design that relies on the way it works.
yeah.
That is true.
Damn it.
Which is why, in pirate mode, the game is, like,
Seriously?
an hour?
Yeah.
Because you
Honestly,
skip
I thought this
three-quarters-
game Pyro mode was like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not that short, is it? I thought it was, like, somewhere close to an hour.
I don't know. I have no idea where I got that number from, so I'm probably
I know
going to it
that
sooner
I know
just
there's
you.
an achievement run that's called the 100% speed run. That's 2 hours and 30 minutes, starting from a flat game with no pirate mode. But even though you get to skip a lot of stuff, you don't get to skip that much to knock it all the way down to 20 minutes. I don't think.
It's very odd, by the way, that this game uses a numbered, like, sort of Metroidvania system for health and stuff, but then your health is actually just represented by hearts.
I actually like it.
It's weird.
Well, each card represents 4 hits, 4
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, I kind of get that, but it's like, it doesn't quite translate in my head when I'm looking at, like, the health meter and I see how much damage I take. I kind of have to, like, it takes me a second to run a calculation and be like, oh, okay,
But
that's
I think-
why that... yeah.
But I think that's like a fractional issue. Like you have issues with fractions then, because like it makes numeric sense.
No, it makes numeric sense, but I'm saying, like, the way in which it's conveyed, hearts versus numbers, is something that, like, takes translation from the player.
It takes some, but it's not very big.
It's enough to be distracting to me. It would be nice if they had a like a system to change the hearts displayed to like just a picture of the heart with a number after it.
And so I just want everyone to know I basically skipped the whole dungeon.
Yeah, he did.
Or, well, the entire second half of it.
Huzzah!
Hopefully there wasn't
and
any
then-
magic coming.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, I kind of like what 20XX did recently in one of their updates, where you could now have the ability to alter the health bar.
This boss's name is great. He's probably my favorite one.
Dagron.
Yeah, Dagron, massively misspelled monstrosity.
Yeah.
He's a Terabile Dagron.
I mean, Terrabiles are pretty fucking scary, dude.
It can be.
It's
This-
only really funny because you know where the Terrabile thing comes from, right?
Well, I know where it comes from. They misspelled it in 14.
Yeah, they also did it in WoW.
Really?
Same way. On
That's
accident,
hilarious.
and then had to correct it.
But it was on accident in 14 too, so I know it wasn't
Yeah.
just like a cute send-up,
Yeah.
which is my favorite part.
But it was on accident in WoW as well. Like that's
You
what's
are
so
so
funny about it.
fucked. Oh,
he's
okay.
not. He has auto potions, dude.
I don't need. Well, that seems really good.
Yeah, it is. It's really helpful, actually.
How easy are those to get?
I just had to farm gems.
Oh, how many
And
gems do they
busted.
cost?
They're like,
Yeah.
200, aren't they?
Yeah, something like that.
100
well,
and 200,
considering
yeah.
you only have 269 right now, I'm assuming that's expensive.
I only have 8 of them now, but I had 9 of them, which is the max number you can have. So
That's a lot. Jesus Christ.
because I spent time in between streams farming.
Is that why you said you needed gem? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's got one major dungeon and then one small, like, ending dungeon left.
Why are they called Tinkerbats? This really, like, gets to me.
Because they tinker with things and they're bats.
They're not bats. They're very obviously not bats in any way.
Well,
They have
I don't know, man.
0 qualities that bats have. And
They're-
all of the qualities that bats don't. Like
They're-
legs
They're dark colored.
and like arms. Oh yeah, they're dark colored. Fun
Yeah,
fact,
but
not even all
also-
bats are dark colored.
No, but what people genuinely associate with the concept of a bat is usually dark colored because it's in the night and it's dark.
Alright, you get 1. Maybe. And that's about it.
I know you don't like the truth, but
I could call them Tinker Wolves and they would make just as much sense.
they're made of wood and aluminum, like bats. I don't think that's
You can't prove that.
Also, yeah, bats do specifically have legs.
Not really. I mean, they have like feet.
Okay,
There
Gemini,
are
you were
legs
just
there.
arguing like specific. You're really gonna be like, no,
Alright, fine. How about this one? They have arms. You can't contend this one. Because bat arms are like linked to their wings.
I mean they do.
Yeah.
Those are not like actual fucking fully appendable arms with like thumbs.
No, but they're shadow arms.
No!
Gemini,
No, they're not.
Look, real Nagas don't have like huge tits, man.
First of all, yes they do. I don't know which Nagas you've been seeing,
All of them.
but all of mine have large tits. Secondly,
I forgot how to get this.
I
Good.
think you
I have
can.
no idea.
maybe from above with
Do
the
you need
saber.
the cannon?
I don't know how the cannon would help me.
I don't know.
It blasts holes and things?
No.
Maybe you fade in from the other side of the wall.
I
Yeah, I'm
don't.
actually not sure how you get this.
That's odd. I don't.
Yeah, it is true, Taco Man. Certain like bats do.
Alright, and how
now-
long are
and
their
now I'm gonna
hands?
cheat.
Or I should say, how long are their arms? Oh, by the way, what bats do you know that don't have wings?
No
Is
one
a
said
better
that-
question, maybe.
No one said that maybe Tinker bats have wings, man. Did you ever think
They
about that?
don't. They very clearly don't. And
By
I'll
the way,
tell you why we know they
These
don't.
are bats.
Okay, well, those are bats.
Yeah, but those are just
Well, that's not-
transformed
They're
Tinker.
apple bats.
No, but they're not. They're not Tinker bats, though.
But they're
transformed
transformed from.
They're
yeah,
they're
Tinker bats transformed by dark
Okay,
magic.
this is like saying werewolves are transformed humans. While you are technically correct, that does not change the fact that, like, oh yeah, humans are totally wolves. Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
but if they were named wolves, then they would be wolves.
No, they wouldn't. If I named it. If
If
I
you-
go to the
if-
Skullgirls character Beowulf, he is no more a
If
wolf.
you named, if you named an entire species of, like, if there was a separate species of humans that looked a little bit different, and you named them wolves, and there was nothing called wolves in your world, then they would be wolves.
If there was nothing called wolves in your world, but there are bats here.
Where? Where are there
There's a
Tinker
flower.
bats? Where are there Tinker bats?
Not specifically Tinker bats, but there are bats.
I don't see any Tinker bats, so it's perfectly acceptable to name something else Tinker bat.
Gadamia, if we named mole rats that, and they were like birds, I think we would have a problem. I don't think anyone would accept it because they have brains in their heads, unlike perhaps some of my co-commentators.
I'm sorry, co-commentators?
Yes, both of you, because you're both
I'm-
trying to argue this.
I didn't argue anything!
I don't know, Gemini, like, I don't think you understand that.
Literally, the only thing I will argue is that there's an implication that they may be at least somewhat bat-esque because they transform into actual bats.
Again, no, the werewolf thing.
Yeah.
And like, the reason I know this, by the way, is because in Shantae GBC, you can turn into a Tinkerbat and get all of their powers, none of which, might I add, is turning into a bat or
so
flying
Gemini,
anywhere.
I think you need to, like, check out some of the really interesting names that we've given certain animals over the years, like the mountain chicken. Do you know what the mountain chicken is?
What's the mountain chicken, Kadamia?
Oh, you should go look at what the mountain chicken is.
Well, there's also the sea lion.
Yeah, that one's good too, but the mountain chicken one I like more, Scud.
Ah.
That's
Okay.
gotta be a colloquial term.
Cool.
Oh, it's a frog. It's a giant ditch frog is the actual name for it.
Mountain chicken is also a perfectly acceptable name for it.
Well,
There we go. I cheated my way to a heart squid.
perhaps.
There you go. Good stuff.
Here's the problem, though. In fantasy worlds, where like things need to make apparent sense,
But they don't. And in fact, in fantasy worlds, oftentimes things don't make any apparent sense.
usually when they're pulling from real-world species to name them, they do, because otherwise it causes
Yes,
confusion,
because
like the type
we
I'm
have-
complaining about.
Because we have real-world dragons, Gemini, that they named all the fantasy dragons after.
Well, we do actually have real-world dragons, basically. By which I
No,
mean,
we do not have fire-breathing flying serpents.
No, but it's so established in like the lore of being like the lore about it is so old at this point that basically.
And
I
yet,
mean,
the two
might have
primary
might as well
types of
exist.
dragons are so dramatically different, while being both called dragons, that there's no discernible, like,
We call them Chinese dragons and Western dragons.
yes, and there's absolutely nothing similar, like, there's no reason to both call them dragons.
Well, they're both giant flying serpents that breathe fire.
No, they are not.
Chinese dragons breathe fire.
Not necessarily.
Well, not necessarily, but Western dragons don't necessarily breathe fire.
Actually, I think pretty much all
Ice
Western
dragons?
do, but...
Frost
well, okay,
worms?
they always have a breath attack.
Well, okay.
Like an elemental breath attack.
Well,
Hey,
actually, what about like in D&D Academia? Did like the copper dragons and like the fucking
copper dragons. Yeah, see, that's another problem, right? Like, you have weird shit like copper dragons, which breathe fire, but they're called copper dragons because they're copper colored.
Well, yeah, and also they're really ancient, and there's some other shit about them. I think there's a classification of dragon that doesn't breathe.
And then you have weird
stuff,
shit like,
but
you
I
know,
forget.
the bronze dragonflight and WoW. You know, they're dragons. What do they breathe? I don't know, but they travel through time.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Like, this is the thing. There's not... Yeah, here's what dragon means. It's a thing. That's powerful.
Well, dragon. Okay, all
it's-
right.
and it's
Dragon
rep-
does have a
and it's-
very specific
and it's
design. though.
reptilian. No, because again, Western versus Eastern dragons are
Okay,
very
but those are
dramatically
two-
different.
Those are literally two different designs, and they're
This is
cultural
the
differences.
problem. The issue
not-
that like a Tinkerbat can't be a wingless like bat
But
is
it's not-
insanity.
In what other features is it a bat? It has claws. So does every other animal that I can think of. That's it.
Then what? Okay, what
It's
would
a
you call it?
tiny black dude. Like it looks like a fucking Heartless wearing clothing. It is in the Heartless are closer to bats actually probably. In fact, some of the Heartless are bats.
Some of the Heartless are in fact bats.
Like
And some of the Tinkerbats
The issue
are
is
in fact
that in
bats.
fantasy naming, you do not need to technically make something be named like very similar to what it is.
okay, but if I have a fantasy thing that looks like a dog and then I call it a cat, like yes, I expect people to fucking be like, why?
They
Because
can, they
that's-
can be like,
you
why?
chose
But it doesn't-
purposefully to use a real-world animal in your name, and then also purposefully chose to make them in no way related to that animal.
The problem is that, like, okay, it's not just about calling it a cat, it's about calling it a blank cat. So, like, there's a term that comes before it. Like, that
Yes,
term
but
has
that-
specificity.
Well, what about the Tinkerbat makes it like? Oh, okay. So like it can't. It is okay now for this to have none of the features of a bat, because I put Tinker in front of it. So like the first word, I mean, very obviously implies like regular-looking enemy dude with a pirate outfit who has some claws, I guess. Like it implies a fucking Jack Skellington from Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas.
It doesn't look anything like Jack fucking Skellington.
Proportionally. They're not tall enough, though.
Oh
That's
my
the problem.
god. The point is that fantasy terms do not have to have real-world accuracy. They
No,
basically
but you're
have
purposefully attempting to confuse people by using real
You
world
are
terms
not.
mixed in with it.
You're not really purposefully attempting to confuse people. And
You
yeah,
are
that's
absolutely.
like Little Universe has a fantastic example of things that we do in the real world. Red panda, they're not even like they're not pandas at all. They're a subspecies of raccoons for fuck's sake.
No, one might argue that that's also kind of complete mistitling.
Sort of, but it's perfectly
the real
fine.
world
There's
has
no-
examples of mistitling, but then here's the problem though, fiction doesn't and necessarily should not follow the same rules as the real world does,
but there's
because
no
we realize that we have a lot of
There's
limitations.
no necessary problem with it. Like, that's the thing.
There is a problem with it.
There's only a problem. There's only a problem when you make massive assumptions based upon a naming scheme.
You make assumptions based on names because things are named things that they are after, like... Yes, I expect something that has the name dog in it to be in some way related to dogs. That's how names work. That's how species work.
Okay, well, actually, a species is different from...
Like, you could argue that names have literally no meaning, but at that point, I mean, like, why even bother having classifications?
Well, who said that...
Obviously, names have
that,
associations.
Okay, who said that Tinkerbat is a classification?
It's a name that,
It's
like,
a name,
pulls
but
from a classification.
It's a name, but they're just called Tinkerbats. Baseball bats don't have wings.
Yes, but baseball bats also aren't creatures, you fucking idiot!
So hey guys, I'm about to Game Boy Color.
Oh, you're gonna do the GBC dungeon?
Yep. Welcome to Game Boy Color Town.
Hey, does it also, have lives now?
No.
And does it suddenly have a life system that gives you game overs now?
No.
Because that would be great.
Yeah, Legend of Zelda does this all the time, and it's perfectly fine with ropes and keys. What?
That's not at all the same thing!
Oh my god!
That would be if, Kadamia, there was an enemy in this game. That would be if there was a wolf in this game called, like, Bat. Like, as referring to the baseball bat. That would be what this would be like.
I'm gonna be that guy right now, and I'm gonna point you to the last what is it? Sunken Temple of Karn hard mode in Final Fantasy XIV.
That does what?
What was it they called? They completely swapped the two enemy types with their names. Like, I don't remember what it was. I think they called, like, bats wolves or something. Stupid like that.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly which enemy, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't remember.
But it's in Sunken Temple hard mode.
You guys want an example?
It's a
of this
common
done
thing in
properly?
It's a common
No,
thing.
you guys
in
want
fantasy.
you guys
It's not
want an
even a
example of this done
problem.
properly? Watch Avatar. It's a wolf bat. What's a wolf bat? It's a wolf bat. I literally just told you what it was, and it is exactly what you think it is. There you go. Done. We called it a wolf bat. It's a fucking wolf bat.
but
The end.
Taco Man kind of has the exact same thing, right?
Oh, he just said Avatar. That's funny.
Yeah, there are bears, but there's no bears in Avatar: The Last
No,
Airbender.
okay, so first of all, that's not true. There is a bear. They're surprised by it, but a bear does exist. The fact that they're surprised by it is funny because most of the animals in that world are fusions of two animals, where the naming conventions are perfectly fine because the fusions of the two animals are named after the two animals that are perfect fusions of them. So it doesn't fucking matter. That would be like if the wolf bats in Avatar were named cat dogs. For no reason. They're just named that in this world. No, that's bad. Fuck you.
I don't think that this is actually a problem in any capacity. There's no real
This is
issue
absolutely a problem. This is a fucking
there
narrative
is
problem.
no issue here in any real
You either
capacity
call it a
whatsoever.
pure fantasy term, or you fuck off from the terminology altogether.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm using.
Think up a better
by the way,
name for them. That's my instruction. What's
I now
bats
have
go?
2 keys that I'm not supposed to have.
2 bats.
God fucking damn it, Gemini. I hate you so
As
much
long
right
as
now.
you always apply your naming conventions in the conventions of that world where it was established, there's no issue. And
No,
by
the issue
virtue,
is that the world is established. Like, that's dumb, though.
you only need consistency inside of that world.
That's not all that's important. Like, initial viewer impressions of things are important, and, like, things that you were evoking.
That's something that's almost impossible to fucking do because of language barriers. We don't even have consistency in the real world between languages.
No, but you don't write your work with the intention that it needs to be, like, uniquely translatable to all languages perfectly, because if we did, then nothing would ever hinge on puns.
So, I don't know if you guys
write the work for the fucking language that was written in.
Puns never work across languages, though. That's actually part of
That's literally my
So,
point.
Scuttletown has changed a little bit, by the way.
Yes, it's a little bit more
It's now Ammo Town.
Oh, okay.
mechanical.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Usually when I see theming and things like this, things becoming more mechanical is bad. I played Mother 3. I heard the preachy-ass message of that game.
Yeah,
Alright, time to squish some squids.
Let's just call
Die squids.
foxes cat dogs.
That's not how that works. It's also not even that true. Also, yeah, you just pounded those squid, man.
Yep.
Dog only means dog because we've been
Fucking
told
howdy,
what dog
man.
means. Yes, we have been told what dog means. It turns out we're living in the real world, where a lot of things from fiction are drawn from that real world, and a lot of relations that we make as players to the world and things that exist in them derive from the real world. You ever stop and wonder why in Pokemon they call Pikachu the electric mouse Pokemon, even though there's no fucking mice in Pokemon? It's to relate to the player in the real world so they understand what it is.
Actually,
Oh my god!
I think there are mice in the Pokemon world. That's the point.
Actually, no. There have never been established to be any other animals in the Pokemon world than Pokemon. Not even insects, by the way. Like, bees are replaced by Beedrill. It's to that extent.
That's concerning, then.
I have heard the argument that, like, well, mouse as a genus might still exist. Not that that would make literally any sense if there were Pokemon, by the way, because Pokemon already have their own genus classes. But,
Gemini, we
you know.
have some very serious concerns then, because there's still meat in the Pokemon worlds.
No, yeah, this is something that's talked about quite frequently. It's like, what the hell is the meat that they're eating? Good question. Probably Pokemon.
I guess there's Taro's farms.
Either that or it's, tofu.
Yeah,
And
I
or
suppose
Brock
that's
really
possible.
likes his popcorn balls. But, to be fair, by the way, like, it doesn't really shock the
Hey
conscience to me that Pokemon
guys,
World would
we should get
effectively eat
matching
Pokemon, frankly.
purses.
Hey, guys! Who is this guy?
Huh? He's He-Man.
His grandson.
Okay, that's a better answer. Where's my mode to have him be playable?
He's He-Man. No, I mean,
He is
he's
literally He-Man. No, like,
he's-
look
yeah,
at the
he's-
fucking outfit.
He's
What the
fucking
hell?
He-Man. Like, he transforms when he holds his sword up. Like,
That's true. He even has the same, like, chest harness.
Together we protect Castle Boneface from
Oh, for the love of
unhinged
God,
legions
it's
of
like-
the Grim Reaper's ghost.
I mean, Skeletor. I mean...
yeah, like
Damn
I was
it.
saying, he's fucking He-Man.
Yeah. I'll get you next time, friend.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are! They are cooler than yours, you dumb.
Oh my god. I like that, by the way. He's like, I'm also a good role model. And then Shantae's like, I'm not, on account of my bad temper and outlandish outfit.
It is pretty outlandish. Why does she have crotch armor?
It's not what's on the outside, like skin and hair.
It's on the
A
inside.
kind heart and blood and your guts.
Yay! What a great message for kids. Although the problem is that, like, your outlandish outfit can cut off circulation, therefore affecting your blood flow. So, can someone tell me how, like, in the little cut-ins, Shantae looks like she's wearing, like, the tightest tights I've ever seen, but then in the sprite she's wearing baggy-ass genie pants?
Well, because they're tight up top and then they, like, bow out towards the bottom.
They have to bow out pretty seriously, because we can see all the way to her knees. And, like,
It
oh boy.
is. It
To be
is.
fair, it's hard to portray that in the minute amount of pixels we have.
It is very comically done.
I think I like the baggy pants better.
Oh yeah, well because they're traditional harem pants.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, it's
Like
huge.
they actually fit her, like
Precisely.
design.
I agree with this.
Although they would not be exceedingly amazing to adventure and/or sprint in. fact,
I
they
don't
would
agree
probably-
with that, Taco Man. I would ask for any direct proof, because I haven't seen any yet. Like, not to date, I have not seen any. Now, perhaps is also the time to remind you that, like, the manga is really intensely non-canon. Because the manga is incredibly internally inconsistent and doesn't even agree with itself. So even
You
if, like,
mean,
I were to take it as some kind of canon...
You mean like
you know.
Pokemon as a whole?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
but
Pokemon as a whole is inconsistent, dude.
okay, so this is the problem with taking a lot of things in Pokemon as canon, but the one thing I will say is that, like, if something was confirmed in only one medium, then it's pretty much worthless. You need, like, consenting opinions from across mediums for anything to be considered almost canon in
God,
that fucking
fuck.
series.
Are you
Like,
actually?
if I took the
supposed to
fucking
use
MLP
for
comic
this?
books as gospel, God help
Huh?
us what would happen to that
Are you
world.
actually supposed to use the dashboards for this one?
No.
I
You're
thought
supposed to
you
use
were
the canon to get this one.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But, like, I'm gonna fucking listen to what this game wants me to do.
Jazz,
Valid
no.
point.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot in the show.
All right,
for sure.
that's the anime, for Christ's sakes. Don't even
Yeah,
get me
but
started on that.
This is the thing that Gemini will do. Like, he'll be like, okay, well, that's not canon. Then that's not canon. Well, that disproves me, so that's not canon.
All right, show it in the games. The games are the closest thing to canon you're getting, because, like, the show has very often broken, again, its own rules and completely went back on itself later.
But the games break their own rules. They just don't happen to do the animal thing.
The games break less of their own rules. The games break the least
I'm
of their
not
own
even
rules
sure
of any
if
of the
that's
series.
true, actually.
Because, like, the anime, especially in Season 1, they have no fucking idea what they were doing. It was as bad as Kingdom Hearts 1 in the fucking Wild West that was like, they had no idea what was going on or what the rules even were back then. Like, they did plenty of shit that they didn't even think about. I'm sure the animators did, too, like, in one-off things or things that are never mentioned again. Like, it's not, that does not confirm shit.
Oh, man.
It is a happenstance at best. It's especially funny to me when, like, the whole meat conversation that we were just having, Kademia, was had by the guys who did the dub of Pokemon on one of the commentaries for, like, the third movie.
Yeah.
They were like, what do they eat anyways? There aren't animals in the world, right? And they're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean...
being like, maybe it's better not to think about that.
But the reality of it is that... Okay, there are other animals where they farm things like Tauros.
Yeah, probably.
Or they have somehow evolved an entire society that never ate meat, or completely stopped eating meat.
It's not that shocking to the conscience, frankly, when you consider certain things about Pokemon. And the world that, like, it probably exists in.
It's
like, the actual greater context of the world. Because we're talking about a place where, like, let's think about this. Most likely, Ore, whatever, and, the regular Pokemon place that we've seen exist simultaneously. So, yeah. I get a feeling that a lot of, like, the way that you experience the Pokemon world, which is, like, as a kid just kind of going through on whatever, like, adventure, trying to beat the Elite Four, is a very tunnel vision perspective of the world.
We can take even less of what the games do to be remotely consistent.
Oh, that's not... I'm not saying that, like, it's...
the world itself could be completely and total... Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's unreliable author. I'm just saying, like, you don't necessarily get all of the information from that one perspective.
Indian elephants are mentioned in both Raichu and Ghastly's Fire Red entries.
Yeah, they are. Guess what else is, like... The Indian elephant is referenced, you're right. Actually, it's a reference to an old, like, an old American thing, but, like... Yeah. That's not... Actually, it was referenced to...
In-world, there's no reason, though, to reference things like that unless they...
In-world, there's also no reason to call Pikachu an electric mouse Pokemon.
If there are mice, there is.
If there were ever animals in the Pokemon world, there would be.
Yeah, but this is the issue. It's like,
that doesn't mean there currently
are.
No,
the problem is use the games, and then if you use the games, they make references to things like, oh, they attract bugs.
There are little hints around to that, like, the idea that, that there might be other, or there might have been other animals at one point.
Well, no, I mean, there's literally, Horsea preys on bugs. Like, directly said.
Hold on.
Preys on bugs.
Where? Let me see.
In several of its Pokedex entries.
Oh, you're reading the thing that Document posted,
yeah.
Right? Alright, let me see here. Coral is, in fact, an animal. Didn't know about that.
In Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, the player makes a comment about crabs while aboard the SS Anne.
Yeah, known to shoot down flying bugs with Precision Blast. That does not say anything, because bug is a type in Pokemon, and there are bugs in Pokemon.
Okay, well, the crabs comment and the jellyfish comment can't really...
Crabby are crabs. And jellyfish are Tentacool. I mean, they're just using their classifications. I think, actually, Tentacool might be called the jellyfish Pokemon. Don't quote me on that. I need to actually look that up. Like, the problem is also that a lot of Pokédex entries make specific mention to, like, Pokemon preying on other Pokemon.
Real-world butterflies appear in the background during certain Pokemon battles.
What, in
Pokemon X and Y, fresh-caught fish is served at restaurants in Lumos City.
That doesn't mean anything because fish are still...
Yeah, this is the issue. You will literally try and explain away literally anything.
Tentacool is called the jellyfish Pokemon. Because we haven't seen literal...
Hey, Tintin! What's up?
Oh, hey, Tentin Man! How's it going?
Scott is playing boobs.
He is. He's definitely doing that.
The game. While we ramble about Pokemon. Actually, Jas, I would kind of love that, by the way. I would actually kind of love a Pokemon game where we were a part of, like, the team. Like, Team Rocket or Team, you know.
Well, Coliseum
as
was
a
almost
spin-off
that.
or something. Coliseum was close, actually. Coliseum was really good too, to be fair.
Coliseum was excellent.
And
I love that game.
XD, I think it was. XD was really
Yeah,
good too.
XD was also pretty good. It
Yeah.
wasn't as good as Coliseum, but it was good. Well, I
By
think
the way,
gameplay-wise, it was
can
better.
we actually get hype about the fact that like it's basically guaranteed now that the next Pokemon game after Sun and Moon is a console fucking Pokemon game?
That's what everyone is saying. I wonder. I'm
There's
interested.
no way they can't avoid it. If they release a Pokemon game on the Switch to be a portable game, it has to be on the console. So
If
they
they
can't.
do. So
There is no way they will keep releasing them on the fucking 3DS.
There's a couple things floating around about this. I will say it is very likely you're correct, because my opinion is that the 3DS is going to be phased out pretty soon.
I think it'll take
relatively so.
over a year.
No,
Yeah,
when I say pretty soon, I mean within the next 3 years.
Yeah, I think it'll take a year to 2 years for them to phase out the 3DS.
I'm gonna say probably 2 years at this point. Based on the fact that it's still really up in sales.
But the problem is that, like, all Pokemon Company said, and it was just Pokemon Company saying it, was that they were producing a game for the Switch. The problem is that a lot of people took this to mean, like, oh my god, new Pokemon game coming on the Switch.
Well,
the
and you
problem is
think
that Pokemon
Stadium.
Company, like, I think Pokken, actually, is what they were talking about.
A new Pokken?
No, I think what they're going to do, much like with Splatoon.
Oh, you
and,
mean a re-release of?
They're
yeah.
going to re-release Pokken with DLC on the Switch. That's what I'm thinking.
The issue is that I don't think the Pokemon Company would specifically say that if they were producing the Pokken re-release. I think they would be doing I think they would say something else, or not say anything at all and let Namco actually talk about it because they'd be the perfect people doing it.
Well, Pokemon Company is doing did do Pokken, I should say, along with Bandai.
They do, but Namco is the people that actually made the game. Because without Namco, Pokken is literally, I don't know, Pokemon Company's vain attempt to make a video game.
Well, I do kind of wonder exactly how much input Pokemon. Well, obviously, like, they kept everything probably to scale and model, but I wonder, like, they probably mostly had a say in a lot of the visuals and content of the game.
I doubt they had much else though, because it's
I'm
very
wondering if
clear
really an
that
advisory role.
maybe not purely, but the reality of it is that, like, I don't think Pokemon Company really has the capability to make a fighting game. So, like,
Yeah.
I think they would know that and they would stay out of it, because if Pokemon Company knows one thing, they know what they're capable of doing. Which is not much, but, like, it is fucking Pokemon. It's an RPG. And
True.
occasionally the Stadium games, which are cool.
Hashtag
And
Wailord for Pokemon.
occasionally,
No.
I guess, Hey You Pikachu, because can we do a Hey You Pikachu stream?
Real talk. First of all, yes. Like, I would
Yeah.
kill to do a Hey You Pikachu stream. Or like a Pokemon channel.
Oh my
God help us
a
all.
Pokemon channel stream? That sounds fucking terrible, dude.
Yes, it does. Do it. But anyways, like, actually, no, I would kill, though, for a stadium. Like, if I had a wish list, what I would want is a stadium game for the Switch to go along with Sun and Moon. I know it won't have it,
but that's the
I
thing.
want it.
That's the thing, Mick Parker. It won't actually kill. Okay, this is what's important about the Switch. If you put a main series Pokemon game on the console, it will not actually lose anything because the console is still completely portable.
It is true.
So there's nothing wrong with this. In fact, this is the exact situation that they need.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
As long as the battery life is good enough.
I think the battery life will be fine, honestly. They're probably going to use a high density.
It's probably going to be the same as any, like, decent tablet.
Yeah.
But then those batteries will explode, like the one in the Samsung.
Okay.
Is
Gemini.
what I heard on the internet.
Gemini.
How many?
Talk about
how many-
know nothing about
All right,
technology.
I'm not making this up.
Yeah, I know, because people are really, really, really stupid. But, like, how many lithium-ion batteries have been battery cells have been developed, right? And then put in devices in the last 25 years? And how many of those devices have had problems exploding? Note, 2 devices have had problems exploding. 15,000 different batteries have been developed. So, like, I think we're heavily in favor of the batteries not exploding.
That's true for the most
Like,
part. But
the Switch is not a hoverboard. We're gonna be fine.
Okay, well, thank God for that, frankly.
Oh my
'Cause
god, if the
all
Nintendo
the
Switch was
hoverboards.
the fucking... By the way, you want to talk about false advertising? How the fuck are they ever allowed to call those things fucking hoverboards?
Yeah, right? Well, they hover above the... Like, it's not real hovering, but it is a type
They don't
of...
hover! They're physically touching the ground!
Yeah, but you hover while you're on the board, you see.
Okay, so skateboards are hoverboards!
In a manner of speaking, they just didn't call them
Roller
that.
skates are hoverboards. You know what a car is? It's a hover car because you don't touch the ground when you're in it.
Yeah, you could call it. Again, if I branded these things as any of that, it would be...
There is no... Gemini, You would be physically murdered by the populace if you tried to call your new vehicle a hover car and all it did was drive on the road.
Listen, we live in we literally just got past the year where Back to the Future 2 happened and fucking actual hoverboards existed. If people didn't somehow riot over that, they're not going to riot over anything.
I mean, the whole idea of calling it a hoverboard was stupid marketing gimmick anyway.
It was completely a marketing gimmick to try and capitalize on the fact that people were like, oh my god, Back to the Future's real! I mean, it's
2015 and shit.
It's the same reason that Nike made the self-lacing shoes, which are totally reasonable. They're just, they're not even hard to make. They've shown that they're not hard to make. They're just kind of expensive because we didn't develop technology towards that, because we came up with something better. They're called the slip-on shoe.
I have an idea. Loafers.
Yeah, like, we don't need shoes that tie their own laces because we have slip-ons that look just like normal shoes and are just functional.
From what I know, Nike is making actual consumer-level self-lacing shoes.
They are absolutely attempting to now.
That are actually going to be affordable, or at least that's their plan.
Well, because what they started to do is they started to produce them that were, like, super expensive, kind of like as a luxury item, just for people who wanted to have them, right?
Yeah.
And because they did that, they were able to work on the manufacturing process enough to bring the price down. So they're going to start, like, actually producing them for people.
Well, there are benefits. There are benefits to self-lacing shoes because they can actually have, like, dynamic lacing, which allows it to change support as you need it.
Yes,
yo, I would buy a pair.
I will be. I certainly will be once I become consumer grade, like, viable. It's actually really important for people like me because you can actually change how how tight your shoes are, and that matters because if you have problems with like your foot arch, how tight your shoes are on your feet really impacts your walking. I have flat feet, for example, so if I have shoes and have to wear like supports inside of them, Gemini, right?
Oh, yeah.
I have to tie my shoes so that they're a certain amount of tight, otherwise they really, really end up hurting my feet.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and if you have self-lacing shoes that can detect how tight they are on your feet, you could essentially just tune them to be the right tightness.
Not just that, but like they can actually dynamically tighten based on the situation you're in.
Oh yeah, that too.
Like the surface you're walking on, like could require you to like going up a hill. Usually, you want your shoes to be maybe a little bit looser.
Keep in mind, like I always it always bothers me a little bit when people are like, oh, fucking Back to the Future had so many flying cars. We don't have flying cars. We're not living in the future. Yeah, we're not living in the future, but a lot is actually
we're living in the present, and the present is kind of awesome.
The present is kind of awesome, and we have a bunch of technology that's like literally over the horizon that is sort of amazing.
Yeah, it's not like the most. Technology doesn't progress as fast as anyone thinks it does. It never has. They predicted by the year 2000 we would be in like Jetsons land in the fucking 80s. And 50s. Technology never progresses as fast as you think it does.
Okay, actually, it's more important to say something completely different, Gemini. Technology never progresses as fast as people think it does in the way people think it does.
I was gonna say,
usually progresses faster in other ways, though.
Technology progresses a lot faster than most people realize. It's just not in the direction people think it's going to.
Yeah.
Like, as a really good example, microchips in computers, Gemini. Even people that were very, very generous about how fast it would develop, right, were way off the mark. We're way ahead of where we were supposed to be.
That's true.
The only thing we don't have is, like, we don't have fully functional artificial intelligence because we didn't understand what that required. But, like, in terms of most of our robotics, in terms of most of our technological developments, computers, networking stuff, we are far ahead of where people predicted we would be in the 80s. Not to mention,
like, not full, like, sentient AI or anything, but, like, self-learning computers have advanced so much.
Massively. Like, it's really incredible. We're way ahead of where people think we are.
The fact that self-driving cars are a viable technology is kind of insane.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's something really cool to think about, Gemini, and that's a perfect example, right? So the notion of, like, flying cars was always this thing that everybody kind of dreamed about, but nobody ever even considered that we would ever be able to make a car that could drive itself, and,
and here
we're already there. Like, that's not even science fiction, it's literally, those are on the road.
That is true, and yet, like, some of the more outlandish things they thought that we would have by now, like, here's a good one, X-ray specs, where you could just have them. No, that doesn't exist yet, and probably never will for safety reasons. Specifically not X-ray specs, but even something that functions like X-ray specs do, I don't think it's ever feasible.
Awaken, sweet baby sunshine.
It depends on a couple of things. Physics-wise, it should be, actually, but it would be very, very difficult.
Physics-wise, perhaps, but like that certainly doesn't mean that we're doing it anywhere in the near future.
Oh, no, not near future at all. But that's what I'm saying, right? Like,
Back
we
then
have...
they were like, oh, this is just on the horizon.
The issue is that technology does not evolve in the way that we believe it does. It tends to evolve much, much faster in certain ways, and arguably slower in others, because we don't understand the complexity of the thing that we're attempting to move towards.
Yeah,
and
I think
we
that's
also, in a lot of cases, like the X-ray specs, they're not... That as a concept isn't even that useful.
Hey,
like,
man, I don't know about you.
We have...
I, for one, would like to be able to see through my fridge to know what I have to eat in the
Okay,
present.
but Gemini, physics-wise, any feasible form of X-ray specs would cause you to see through the food, probably, too, so you would see nothing.
No, it needs to be
Yeah.
able to, like, have varying degrees to it.
Okay, well, there's an easy way to do that, though, but it's
focal
not...
length when it comes to seeing through things is kind of
So,
tricky here.
Cool note, there is actually a way that you can tell what's in your fridge by looking at the front of your fridge without having to open your fridge.
It's called
and
having a fridge that actually has a screen in it.
That already exists, and we've been trying to work on that technology to integrate it into the whole, like, IP home concept that people have been doing, right? Yeah,
yes.
You have a fridge where the doors are actual screens, and they actually have cameras inside of them with the ability to detect, recognize, and then display what food exists in them and where it
have
is.
a fucking, like, clear fridge or, like, a window?
I
Like,
mean...
that's much cheaper.
Well, it's cheaper.
practical.
It's cheaper,
Better
but...
frame rate.
Actually, less practical.
Gemini, better frame rate?
Yeah, better frame rate. If your food is moving around, for instance, the screen, I mean, I don't know, it
Gemini,
might have a low frame rate.
If your
Oh my
food is
God.
moving around inside of your refrigerator with the doors closed...
If my bottle could fall down or something, and if I saw that, I wouldn't want it to be choppy.
Okay,
It's closer to the real deal if you just have a see-through
you,
window.
you stick to lawyering and screwing up
'Cause,
that
like,
part of everyone's life, and, like, let the people that understand technology deal with that.
The fridge my folks have at home is just like, it's like a, well, it's not like a, it's like a window in the fridge, basically. That's all it is, though. It's like a window, and there's like a little light on in there so you can see stuff before opening the fridge, and it's like, there's no reason to introduce a screen to this equation.
There is, like, again, okay, most transparent materials are actually not very good insulators. Yeah, sorry, actually, Little Universe is bringing this up. But anyway,
Oh, that's true.
screens are actually, in a lot of really comical notes, because of the materials that we currently have access to, probably cheaper to implement with cameras inside of the refrigerator than the electricity that you end up consuming to keep a cold fridge when you have a poor insulating material.
Yeah, glass is not a good insulator.
I think there are ways around
And
that,
plus, Gemini, the fact
Yeah, they're
that...
more expensive than just mounting a screen and a camera.
Plus, the other thing is, if you have a proper, like, if you have proper kind of algorithms and the ability to detect the food that's in there and then list it off, you can implement this with an overall home system so that you can access this information from anywhere in your home. You don't necessarily even have to be at the refrigerator. Like, there's a lot of things you can do by building technology and microcomputing into things like refrigerators.
Oh yeah, call me back when it can write my grocery list for me by telling what's in my fridge and what I need.
That already exists.
No, it does.
Yes, it does. Digital...
You liar.
Okay.
Whatever.
What was this about Ice Hell? Oh yeah, that's right, we're in Ice Hell now.
Yeah,
This is true.
on to Propeller Town.
Hooray!
Like, it's not even... Gemini, you realize that kind of technology is like years old, right?
What? No way.
Wait, which
Listen,
kind of technology?
How
I-
is my fridge able to tell from a single, like,
the
a single
notion-
look at, like, my items?
The notion, Scud, of a refrigerator that understands what's in your fridge and therefore can tell you what
yeah.
items you need to replace to build a grocery list for you, yeah.
It could, like, I would need multiple cameras because there would be things blocked by the camera that would be in the
I
back
mean,
of the fridge.
You could just have a single 360-degree camera.
A rotating camera in my fridge.
No! A camera that films 360 degrees at the same time.
That's not...
You mean the
Th-
fact
those
that they've been used
exist!
for over 15 years? Like, everywhere? In fact, you probably
What?
see one
360
every
degree-
single... You probably
my
see a
God.
360-degree camera every single day.
Alright, explain to me how this works, because a camera has, much like your eye, like, one point that it comes from.
So,
So to have a 360...
So a 360-degree camera actually has two sensors with half-spherical lenses.
360
So they'd have to be
degree
placed at
cameras.
the front of my fridge and the back of my fridge. Each one camera is essentially has a sensor
No,
that's
no.
180 degrees.
It would be in the center, top of your fridge.
Oh, so it sees down, like, from a bird's eye perspective, top down.
Yes.
You could do that.
Even then, how the hell would it be able to tell what the items are?
Either,
Because
either
a lot
that
of
or
cans
have it
look the same
mounted on
from
the
top.
door, but...
And a lot of jars look the same from the top, too, actually.
Oh man.
This is a
Smart
conundrum,
smart fridges have been on the market since 2012, with interoperability and with applications and smartphones and the ability to understand what is in your refrigerator. It's not new. It's not weird. It has existed for a while.
Yes, but that doesn't tell me how.
You think there's a single camera in the refrigerator? Why?
There would have to be many.
There would have to be a few.
From many different angles.
There would have to be a few. There would not.
Probably at least 4.
That's still a total non-issue.
I mean, and then it would have to be able to read labels, understand what they mean, understand what
That's
products
not
are.
hard.
None of that is hard.
Like, label recognition is really easy.
And actually, even with all
give
of
you-
those cameras,
I
it would
give you
still
a-
be hard to get at items in the middle because they wouldn't be seeable from any of the 5 cardinal directions.
You, again, are making assumptions that, like, things can't be scanned or seen unless they are specifically sitting with nothing around it.
That is the way that vision works, yes.
Okay, except unless you have items stacked physically on top of each other and then completely surrounded by other items, you can still see said item.
I could see, like, the top of it, but like I said, a lot of those items look the same from the top or the bottom. You'd have to see, like, a side of it, and if they're blocked by
You wouldn't
all
necessarily
sides,
have to see a side of it. Like, a lot of... you can tell what a lot of items are by seeing the top of them.
I couldn't tell the difference between, like, a
You
simply...
aren't a computer with databases of imagery information!
From the top, you could tell the difference between, like, one type of Simply Juice and the other type of Simply Juice, even though they're in the exact same bottle with only the label on the front being different and perhaps the content
first
of
off,
the juice.
Simply Juice, you could probably see the color of the juice and the top of the juice bottle.
Alright, well, yeah. Have fun trying to tell the difference between fucking cranberry and pomegranate. Doing that.
And you'd probably even be able to see part of the label, too, because those bottles are shaped very, very weirdly.
Then what about, like, cans of soup? Let's say I have, I don't know, 4 or 5 different cans of, like, Campbell's Chunky in there, which all share
You
very
wouldn't
similar
have
labels
those-
unless you look at the
You
front.
wouldn't have those in the refrigerator, first off.
I could, actually, if I had opened all those cans of
You
soup halfway.
shouldn't.
Why would you open a bunch of cans of soup halfway?
Well... maybe everybody in your family ate a can of soup that day, but they only had half a can of soup, because really it is too
They
much soup
each
for
had
me.
half a can of soup.
I only have half cans of soup when I eat them. This is actually a thing. I store my soup in the fridge.
So
after
4
I,
different
have-
people opened 4 different cans of soup.
It's possible. All right, fine. You want a simpler example? How about this?
Yeah,
I have
you need a smart refrigerator to make you stop wasting crap.
I have 5 cans in the fridge. 1 Brisk, 1 Coke, 1 Pepsi, 1 fucking Dr. Pibb. I don't care. Aluminum cans all share the same tops and bottoms. They all look identical because they're aluminum
Yes, but
cans. The only
you
difference
can
is the branding
see the
around
edging
the edges.
on them. You're saying that you can't see the edging around those cans, even though you can.
Are you saying you can distinguish the edging from, like, a Brisk can and, like, a Pepsi can, even though they're both just blue at that point? Like, it's just
Let's
a
see
cardinal
here.
color.
Except, I'm pretty sure it's not. No, it's not, because of the designing on Brisk cans. It does depend on the type of Brisk to some extent, but they're not just blue edging, because even, like, I'm trying to find... I don't see a single type of Brisk can that's isn't the same color of blue and is solid blue all the way around.
On the top? Like, on the little edging on the top?
Yeah.
You're
Okay,
seeing that?
I'm gonna save everybody a little
Even
bit of
like
trouble here.
Brisk lemon is the closest thing, and even it has edges of the lemon and the design
Let me see.
in places that extends upwards onto that bevel.
Hmm. Yeah, it depends on which era of... The most recent era, I think you're correct. Actually, probably even the earlier eras. Well, I don't know, actually, like, the problem is I can't find a lot of top-down views. Most cans are not filmed from the top down. Actually, like, hold on.
I don't even know if he listens to portions on foods. I mean, he just eats less. That's not.
There are
there's
portions?
Not like a... Okay, so now that we've solved that problem.
No, I'm just kidding. Portions on things like, okay, portions on cereal are ridiculous because if you actually have a measuring cup next to your bowl when you pour cereal and you pour exactly a cup of cereal into that, then yes, I'm going to call you either crazy or on a diet. To be fair, that second one is very legitimate, though. But if it's not the second one, then you're
It's
crazy.
2016. Where's our food in pill form? Well, actually,
So,
Actually,
yeah, that
for
is.
anybody curious, by the way, I looked up the fucking solution to that puzzle because I'm not going to sit here for an hour trying to remember how to fucking get through it.
Hey, you're almost done anyway, so you're actually
Hey, that's
making
right.
really good progress. Yeah, I mean, he's very close to the end of this game.
huzzah!
There's Propeller Town, then there's a dungeon, and then it's
That's-
just from
yeah.
there it's to the end of the game.
And that
Across the
dungeon
board.
is actually pretty short, if I remember.
The
Especially at
dungeon
this
here
point.
is fairly long. After that, it's fairly short.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about synthesized food is that we, like, well, I don't know. Go on, Scott, I interrupted.
Synthesized
I was
food
just
is
gonna
a
say,
concept we're working towards, but
Propeller Town isn't the ice level dungeon. It's the like pre-dungeon.
Oh, okay. Pre-dungeon, alright, that's fair. Yo, edible sunscreen would be... Actually, why? What's the function of that? I mean, I suppose edible anything has a function in that, like, it both functions as the thing it is, and then also you can eat it.
yeah.
Technically, I guess anything is an improvement on that, but... And what can I be?
Nothing.
And what can I be? Because I think I heard the first syllable.
Yeah, you did, and that's all you need. And no one else heard the rest of it, so like,
Alright, that's fair enough. I think I might have an idea.
pills that taste like roast beef? Fuck yeah, let's go.
So you don't have to reapply. Now, no, hold on here. Edible sunscreen so that you don't have to reapply it.
Okay, that
Please tell me why that makes sense.
I
I'd love
don't
to
think
know.
that's how sunscreen would work even. I don't think adding the quality of edible to sunscreen would cause it to not need to be reapplied.
I think you would need to reapply it more often because you keep licking it off.
I don't think most people would do that. Okay, Gemini, here's the notion,
I
right?
wouldn't know.
People would not lick off sunscreen. The entire reason that you would make sunscreen quote-unquote edible is so that it was safe to accidentally consume.
Oh, I guess. That's just making it non-toxic.
Yeah,
and
that
then
way
you
you
would
can
make
just
it
kind of make it
Play-Doh.
non-toxic. And,
Yes, that's entirely true also.
No, please do not eat Play-Doh.
I mean, you can.
Actually, edible Play-Doh would have more of a use because they do use it in those, like...
Oh, I know what you're talking about, Little Universe, actually. Yes, I actually know the study you're talking about. That, however, is really neat. So, Gemini, the concept is, like a pill that you would ingest, right? That would actually cause your body to secrete a UV blocking substance.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's actually super
that's
cool.
not okay.
That is really okay, actually. It is really, really neat.
I don't know if we should make our bodies be doing that.
Seriously, just fuck
We
that up.
do all kinds of really weird things already that are
You
perfectly
fucked
fine.
up,
Like, I mean, we do weird. Well, not quite weirder, but we do very close to weirder. So
I too often turn my body into Cell from Dragon Ball Z.
I don't think that's like anywhere close to what we're attempting here.
I will absorb this sunscreen into my DNA.
Like, plus, like,
Oh,
we're
if
not
only Spooky
saying
was here.
we're not saying you take a pill where that like
You
make
take
like
a pill and all of a sudden
It
your
doesn't-
body starts secreting sunscreen.
yes, but it,
SPF 40.
that's you're misunderstanding the concept.
SPF 69.
Well, first off, there's no real benefit over like what 50, I think.
No, there's not. Did you just call me? Did you just say we're giant donuts, Little Universe?
We're giant donuts. Yeah,
In that we have what, cream filling and I'm sorry, sunscreen filling?
that sounds delicious. Well,
No, I
the
would
cream,
not
the
like
cream
to eat.
filling.
Okay.
the cream
First of all,
filling
please
sounds-
don't eat people.
I mean,
That's
I mean, I
my
guess
that's
that-
my one request. We don't need to make people
that
more
depends on your
edible.
definition of eat.
To bite into, noun. To eat as though it were a donut. Example. Gee, I sure love eating this person with my morning coffee.
Yeah. yeah, these are actually super neat.
Is there a pill that makes you drool mouthwash? You don't want that either, by the way, because then you'd be swallowing a lot of mouthwash.
Oh no, wait, this is actually different from what I was talking about. This is totally different from what I was talking about. So this is interesting. Although I'm not sure.
Can we digest a pill that makes us explode into Mega Man particles?
I would love one of those, as long as we could form back up afterwards.
Oh, well, that would be the important part, right? Otherwise,
Yeah.
otherwise, oh boy. There are pills that let you grab the smell of chocolate. We can't even get fucking, like, regular synthetic foods, right? I don't want to be fucking with stuff that literally messes with our body functions just yet.
Ow.
That's okay, I don't want to, like,
Really?
literally start secreting chocolate sugar. just yet, until we figured out, like, I don't know, saturated fats
We've been
first.
getting better at the concept of synthetic foods. It's just gonna take a little while.
Yeah, right now the best we have is Keebler cookies. They are doing so hot.
Gemini, I don't think you understand the meaning of the word synthetic food if you just tried to assign Keebler cookies to being
Well,
synthetic
that's what
food.
it is. Well, okay. What would you describe that as?
Keebler
processed?
cookies? Keebler cookies
a
are just
processed
a processed food. Like, they're not synthetic.
Well, processed and synthetic actually have a lot of things in common.
Okay, Gemini, synthetic meat, like, for example, right?
Yeah.
You do realize that it's something that's created as meat, but it's originally done from only a base layout of nothing but raw chemical components.
Oh, I know.
Keebler
Okay, so like
cookies are processed; they're not synthetic.
there's a line of like there's a level, like there's a line of degrees to which we're talking here that separates us. But in essence, I mean like
In essence, they're very different things.
processed foods are like lazier synthetic. Like it's a synthetic food that doesn't have
Okay,
to try
the
as
problem
hard.
the problem is that the notion of processed foods, like just processed foods as a concept, encompasses about 70% of what we eat.
It does, and 70% of what we eat is pure fucking garbage that kills us,
Gemini,
both in the long and short term. Like, if we can't figure out that yet, I don't think we're ready to go to the next step. I'm sorry. I think we need. I think
except
that
we,
one needs a little bit
except
more
we
time in the
have
oven.
to, because this is the issue. We can't do better at processed foods alone. There is no better. Because we actually need to be able to control the exact chemical construction of the food if we want to change its nutritional values. We aren't capable of doing that with just the raw concept of processed foods. We're not even close. It's not possible. Like,
Oh, that is true.
we
Wait,
synthetic
what?
foods are what we would do. What?
I'm sorry. I just read something Jazz put that completely.
When did we start talking about sex? What?
We didn't. What the hell
never
are you
did.
talking about? The closest we came was Canadian talking about edible panties.
I did not finish that word, actually, but...
You didn't finish it, but you sure as hell started it. But, you know, Jesus Christ, listening to Gemini is even worse than anybody yell at him.
Oh, shit.
I asked the same thing yesterday when I watched the stream with Kadamians, without me. So it's not just you, Davina.
Wait, you asked the question of why anyone would watch a stream with you there? While you weren't there?
Alright, smartass. That
Oh,
is
just
not
like-
what I meant. You damn well know it. Oh, Scud's using the quitter's flare.
Gemini, I will kick you in the nuts.
Couldn't do the jump too hard, gotta go back to the ship.
I didn't want to waste the time too long. Gotta go back to the ship.
That's the,
Because I wanted to go back to Scuttletown, which is exactly what you used the Pyro Flare for.
Yeah, you would want to go back to Scuttletown. Yes, I know that's a joke you made last stream. Don't even fucking start getting it. Oh, to be fair, Little Universe, those do exist.
What, oral thrushes? Yeah.
Oh, is that what? Wait.
That yeast infection in your mouth would be an oral
Oh,
thrush.
okay, no.
Like,
All right, that. Yes, that does exist. That's not what I'm talking about, though. Like,
What?
edible pennies do exist.
oh, yes, they're not even, like, that weird. Like, they've been a thing for a very long time.
It's true, and they don't always result in yeast infection.
No,
I would say
in
not
fact-
even typically.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. I think they're like made of fruit roll-up. Not in so many words.
Okay. And this is how I know that your level of experience in life as a whole is decidedly low.
Tie-dye flavor. You have to admit they would be much better if they were made of fruit roll-up.
I'm not even sure if that's the case, Gemini.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Are you sure about? Tell me if you're really sure. First of all, you must not like fruit roll-up very much to say such a thing.
Fruit roll-ups aren't that good!
What? Okay, now I know you haven't had much life experience.
I've had plenty of fucking fruit roll-ups!
Not enough, apparently.
In fact,
We
I've
need to get
had
some
enough.
strawberries.
I've had enough to know that fruit roll-ups are fucking like mediocre at best.
Oh my god, this fucking guy doesn't have multiple mouth orgasms when eating a fruit roll-up.
Also,
I don't
Jess,
either, because they're alright.
Jess,
my
honey.
Okay, no, that's the opposite of what you would want, actually, for several
well.
reasons.
Yeah, like. Yeah, fruit roll-ups are okay at best. They're not great though. They're not like
Jeez,
amazing.
you guys. Unbelievable.
There's not
Never
like
seen
any
a
real.
disdain for fruit roll-ups in my life.
There's not like any real candy fruit thing that like used to go in people's lunch boxes that's actually like that good.
Actually, have you ever heard of a little thing called So Delicious?
Yeah, actually I have.
Because So Delicious was like god tier.
I actually have not. Gemini, how do you know this? Wait, know what? know about
Hi,
fruit
Drew.
roll-ups?
See, I'm not even a really big fan. I mean, okay, I'm not a big fan of candy in general. To be fair.
Oh,
I don't think they could
Gushers
be
are pretty
friends.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Kademia's not a big candy or chocolate person, which, like, man,
like
I'm the
personally,
big chocolate guy.
personally, what I would take over fruit roll-ups or Gushers or any of that is like 1 or 2 good pieces of fruit leather.
Fruit leather.
Fruit leather's wonderful.
I have no idea what fruit leather is.
Fruit leather is like a dried fruit that's set into like a gel bar, but it's
Oh,
just
okay.
dried fruit.
I know what
It's
it is. I've just
really good.
never heard of it called that.
Yeah,
like, ever.
it's actually really good. Like they're really good.
Yeah, I've had it before. I've had really bad ones and some pretty good ones.
So the bad ones are always really terrible, but when you find the good ones, they're super solid because it's a very concentrated type of like fruitiness. Fruit flavored leather.
Yeah, it's not like actual leather that's been infused with fruit.
Yeah, by the way, I was right about this, Kademia. I just looked it up. There are a lot of, like, edible underwear that's made of fruit roll-up type material.
There are, yes, but like
So I knew I was piece of shit.
they exist.
They're not
Seems to be the most
practical,
most common answer here, actually.
Oh man,
They
I don't know what
not
kind
don't-
of fucking,
I don't
anyway
recommend.
practical.
like, bacon-flavored edible underwear you were talking
Yo.
about, but...
Yo, that sounds delicious.
I mean, there's a reason they call it cave bacon.
Wow! I was going to make some kind of, like, double-down joke about meat on meat, but I'm not even going to go there.
Holy shit, cave bacon.
Jesus Christ. This is quite a concept. This is quite a fucking conversation topic. Anyways.
Well, you saw yesterday's.
Taffy... Oh, that's true, I did. Yo, okay, I'm one of the only people I know who's, like, pretty okay with, Laffy Taffy. But it depends on the flavor, and even then, it's not the best candy.
I don't like Laffy Taffy. I love saltwater taffy, but I do not.
Better
like
than
Laffy
that
Taffy.
is Nerd's Rope, which is way too good for its own good. To the
Nerd's
point
Rope is pretty good.
that, like, I hate it because it's way too
man.
bad for you to be that good.
Like, if you want good taffy, saltwater taffy is how you like do things. I'm gonna be honest. Saltwater taffy is the best type of taffy out there, I think.
A little bit too traditional for me, I think.
If anyone new is here, don't be scared. This is the norm. Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
It's a Shantae stream. What do you want? Want me to talk about Shantae? Because then I'm definitely
I
gonna...
mean, I wouldn't mind.
Well,
Oh, come on, Scud.
I'm sorry. I actually have nothing to say about Shantae.
Shantae, I mean, we said a lot yesterday about it. It's a very good
Yeah.
series of
We did.
platforming games. It's some of the best 2D platformers out there.
That's why I was okay with leaving you and Kademia to talk about it, because I know you both actually know a lot. More about this series than I do.
Well, we
I
both.
played the Game Boy Color game for 5 minutes, and I've seen Scud play.
Oh, right. I skipped the... I can't actually do that. I have to
Do
go
we even
back.
have the bot up? Well, if we do have the bot up, I don't know if
Oh
that's
shit!
the command that works.
I actually forgot. Yeah, the bot isn't up. Hold on, I can fix that.
Oh, man. So, Kademia,
Yeah.
I want you to know I accidentally skipped the dungeon.
Oh,
Oh my
yay!
No.
The problem is I can't leave. I
Yeah.
don't have
Oh.
the cannon yet.
Uh-oh.
He has to go get the cannon.
Well,
Like, as soon as I have the cannon, sure, but...
Yeah, you're done. You're done as soon as you have the cannon, which is kind of awesome. But
isn't that like beating the dungeon? Or is it
Eh,
like Zelda style where you get the thing before you fight the
You
boss?
get the cannon before you get to the boss.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's not Metroid, or I'm sorry, it's not Castlevania style where you get the power up after beating the boss.
Metroid style is where power-ups are in places, and they
Yeah, that-
they don't
yeah.
really have anything vaguely even to do with bosses. They're like
Yeah.
they're just in.
They're just kind of
places.
around, you know?
I really do like it though. At Metroid, especially like again after getting to actually sit down and play all of Super Metroid, it's like this style of like exploratory gameplay is really fun and really well done when it's executed right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be very cool.
But
'Cause-
it's one of those things I actually think is great about Shantae, bringing it back, because they actually managed to nail that while still having kind of a stage construction in this one.
Yeah, they do it with a lot of their optional items too, which is what's really cool. Shantae's fantastic about like putting squids in places and like you can see them. You know they're
Yeah.
there. You're just not quite sure how to get them, and then you get items and you're like, oh, that's what this does. Okay, now I can. Yeah, it does a fantastic job of it, I think.
It reminds me a little bit of like a more gracefully done Order of Ecclesia, which
Yeah,
I'm okay
yeah.
with because Order of Ecclesia was the best Metroidvania game.
No.
Worst one to speedrun, I will say now that I have experienced that, but I think overall it's probably still my favorite.
Hey, favorite, sure. Best, no.
So, Scott, by the way, this is, I guess, sort of spoilerish, maybe, but you saw what Risky's campaign is in Half Genie Hero, right?
No.
Well, then don't spoil it for me, Genghis.
Do you want me to say? Because it was on the Kickstarter page.
Yeah, I just haven't looked at the Kickstarter
Yeah.
page recently, so go ahead.
So, Risky is going to try to destroy all technology.
Oh, I
Oh,
do
yeah,
know
wait,
that much.
Didn't you say they didn't reach that reward?
They did. That's the very first reward.
Oh,
That was the- that
okay.
was the
Because I was
very
listening to
first
like the
one,
rewards that they did or didn't make. and,
Scud,
like, one of them was...
you
Wow.
went straight into that. That wasn't even like an attempt.
That was great. That's not how Psychonauts is
What are you
spelled also.
doing?
Like, shut up.
Are you just purposefully killing yourself?
Like, everyone is spelling Psychonauts wrong.
Psycho space knots?
Okay, so first of all, that knots is incorrect. And secondly, yes, there's no space.
Yeah, you're right. It's Psycho space K-N-O-T-S.
Oh my god.
Psychonauts.
N-A-U-T-S. Jesus Christ.
Psycho
It's not that hard.
knots.
Spell the word astronaut for me, chat, and then tell me that you passed the 4th grade.
A-S...
A-S-T-R-O-A-N-O-T.
Fucking hell, Davida.
Oh, Davida doesn't like good games either. What's going on?
No, he doesn't.
Psychonauts is actually really, like, still a
No, actually, no,
for sure.
Davida
I
loves
still haven't played
Psychonauts.
Psychonauts.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
I would hope so. It's too good
He's
of a
just, like,
game for
dicking
people
around.
to not, yeah, like...
Psychonauts is amazing.
Yeah, I still need to play it. I
Did
own
somebody
it.
just say Psychonauts was an RPG? Let me know.
I'm not sure I agree with that assessment.
Okay, alright, so Yuk got astronaut right, thank you. Jazz, what the fuck was that?
I got crashed by an ice block.
I throw no.
Wow, you just got Sonic 1. Oh, you don't love it? Oh, never mind. I thought for some reason that you were particularly fond of Psychonauts. I must be losing my
I
mind.
think that might actually. You think you're thinking of me?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm
I think of a lot of people.
particularly
There's a ton of people I know who are particularly fond of Psychonauts. I am
Scott,
also
you've gotta-
fond of Psychonauts. Not playing
gotta-
it.
I know. Shut up.
Gotta
I
not.
think Psychonauts
get
is
crushed
just
by
as
a
fun to watch as it is to play, which is a weird thing to think about, but like most of Psychonauts to me is in like the experience of going through the game, which can kind of be conveyed through a playthrough as much as it can be through your actual playing.
Yeah,
But I think
I guess that's
playing.
sort of true. Psychonauts probably is one of those games. By the way, Ashes is out, Gemini.
What is?
Ashes Variando, the Dark Souls 3 expansion.
Halloween Spookapack, Dark Souls, Dark Spook.
It's not
Roger.
really Halloween or spooky. In fact, it's very cold.
Well, that's right. You like kept calling it.
I know, but that's because it was coming out really close to Halloween.
Well,
It
and
turns
that's
out.
my logic.
It turns out it's just cold.
Spookapack. Someone buy me. No one's even bought me the fucking Jackbox Party Pack 3, alright? No one's buying you no Dark Souls 3 DLC, bruv.
Yeah, bro, get out of here, bro.
Bruv,
I want to say something, Scud.
Dokapon with Scud
This
Academia,
game,
Gemini, no.
this game has several things in it that are a little bit lewd, right? And then it has the canon animation.
Which is perfectly fine.
Which totally is not Shantae screaming every time she humps a cannon that is being jolted up into her over and over again.
Listen, the cannon
Oh,
is
wait, that's
gigantic,
exactly
alright?
what it
There's
is.
no implications.
Oh wait, that's exactly what the animation is.
There's nothing lewd about the cannon.
Cold
If it was-
or cult? How about a cold cut?
Oh, okay.
I like me some fucking cold cuts, man.
Buy me and maybe I'll like you or something.
Press 1 if you
Pitch
wish
of
you were the cannon. 1.
I would mash on 1 right now, but I'm playing the game right now.
Yeah, he's
I don't
currently
understand.
playing
You
it.
constantly want to shoot the lower half of yourself down?
Well, it
That
wouldn't
sounds
be
like a
really the
problem.
lower half of yourself. It would be something contained inside of you. And,
That's even worse.
and interestingly enough, because of the way that this cannon works, something that you can spontaneously generate to shoot out
Ah.
of you.
Well then.
Because the cannon doesn't seem to run out of cannonballs.
That is true.
No, but it can only shoot 3 before landing. Important.
I
Well-
hate you. This is news to me.
Unless you ledge trump, and that'll reset.
Yuk Yuk
the
tells
cannon.
you what you
I'm
think
just
of
kidding.
him.
Just
That's how this
fucking
works.
kidding.
What was that about ledge trumping?
I said, unless you ledge trump, which resets the number of cannonballs you can fire without actually climbing onto the... No, that's not how ledge trumping even works in Smash.
No, it's not. But I wish it were.
Although, I did find a really interesting ledge trump setup with Bowser, by the way.
Oh, tell me
Um,
about your interesting ledge trump setup, Academia.
Well, I mean, it's relatively the same thing as Shantae. If somebody is about to grab the edge, you actually Bowser bomb to grab the edge, right? it forces them to, if they recover, it'll actually hit them, and if they don't recover, it forces them off the ledge, and you can immediately back aerial and kill them.
Oh, hey, nifty.
Yeah, already boss time.
But
Also,
if they
the
do the
execution
attack off the ledge, then they can get
So
more
it's funny.
damage.
I skipped the entire dungeon.
Actually, sorry, go on.
I skipped the entire dungeon, but it didn't matter because I had to complete the entire dungeon in order to
Heading.
Yeah. So,
actually
Gemini,
get the cannon. So
Yeah.
the issue is that if they try to attack, the Bowser Bomb will take priority. They have to, what you have to do is fast fall off of the ledge once you're holding onto it, once you see the Bowser Bomb coming down.
Oh, okay.
I guess
Also,
you can
I'm sorry,
I guess you can also neutral roll the edge, but it doesn't put you in an advantageous situation because Bowser gains full invulnerability.
Well, yeah, that is true.
So,
oh my god.
I don't want to hear anything about anything being patent pending, by the way, because I just spent like half of my day talking about patent litigation.
patent law, yeah. Jas,
I want to hear whether or not he followed the proper statute.
that sounds like an absolutely terrible level.
Scott, the only way you're going to win this fight is by arguing that the patent is either non-valid or didn't go through the right channels. Unenforceable, although that one's pretty hard to do, so you might not want to...
Yes, actually it was. I was actually trying to use that
Busted.
ledge trump guard. Yug. Like, that's the setup I was trying to do to you.
That rotating Gradius satellite seems to be complete bullshit, by the way.
Oh, the super pipe quality, it's broken. So is the super monster milk.
Yay!
The timing and
Got it.
positioning on it is incredibly specific, and that's why I'm not really capable of doing it, but...
This is why it's great that I'm like totally stocked up on both Gemini.
But Trump is already in Smash.
Shingeki no immigrants.
What? What?
Wow.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've got to put down my headset for a moment. I'll be right back.
Please, where's the Donald Trump edit of the Attack on Titan opening? Someone's gonna make it.
Now I need to go back to Propeller Town.
You know, Shantae, maybe if you ever wore like an outfit, maybe you wouldn't be so cold. And just a concept, really.
She wears a great outfit, shut up.
She doesn't even have her genie powers anymore. Still dressed as a genie. Getting her genie powers back in the half genie hero. Which certain people who are fans of the series are actually not crazy about because, like, I've heard the opinion that Shantae's dances were the worst part of these games and that the pirate weapons were the best part.
I mean, the
And now we're kinda
dances
going
are
back.
fine, it's just, you know, pirate weapons were better.
Yeah. I mean, they're quicker, they don't require you to do a dance, you can have access to all of them at once.
Dancing in Half Genie Hero looks like they've like greatly sped up how it works. You know,
Which is
they've
probably
learned
the best.
how to improve it.
Yeah, because the dancing in Game Boy Color game, I mean, that was back in a day where,
Oh,
like,
God,
all that
yeah.
stuff was novel,
Well,
so I think it was fair, but...
Well, it's not just that, but in a day where you only had 3 buttons, 4 buttons, however many buttons. Not very many.
2 buttons, Game Boy Color.
Well, I mean, there was also start and select.
Well, yeah, I guess we can count select. If you start as a button that has function in your game, I think you need to stop.
But yeah, the point is you had limited buttons.
That's true. I already thought select was kind of pushing it, but I think a lot of Game Boy Colors had to use select as like an actual functioning button because of just the sheer limitation.
Yeah. Like, meanwhile, in Half Genie Hero, you have all the buttons. Lots of them.
Kadamia had to put his headset down, Little Universe, or Joe killed him. It's over. Love is over. Blog. How close are you to beating this, anyways? He's close. He has like
Fairly
1 point
close.
left. I think.
I have to go get all the magic now.
All the magic. I don't even know what that means.
I have to go find all the dark magic. I think I've got 6 left to find.
No, okay.
That's why I'm going to Charlotte Town, because I'm fairly certain there's one here that I didn't get that needs the cannon. If not more than one.
It's very weird, by the way. Like, I don't find myself often disagreeing with Kadamia on this type of thing because I think I find suggestive stuff where, like, there probably isn't really any, but I don't really think the canon is. I think she just looks like she's having a lot of fun.
I mean, she is. The reason why...
I think you could put a male character in that situation and I wouldn't even bat an eye. Well, I might bat an eye because they wouldn't be so happy about it normally because, you know, most male characters aren't that happy. But, like, if Kirby was doing this, let's just take Kirby. How about that? Like, nobody would think twice about that. I wouldn't think twice about it. And Kirby does shit like that all the time. I want to remind you that we, like, live in a world where Mario Galaxy 2 happened and you could ride a giant inflatable fetish Yoshi. Alright, so, like, if that gets free pass, I don't, you know, everything will. So let me read chat again. Will you get the pirate weapons and dances in Half Genie Hero? No, you don't get the pirate weapons. Well, we're pretty sure we don't get the pirate weapons anyways.
No, we won't. It's all just
Because your genie powers are back, so like
there are a bunch of forms though. I think there's God, how many forms are there? A lot. That's all I know.
A lot. There were no backer rewards for more forms, which I think is a good thing because that's not the type of thing you want to leave up to backer.
What do you mean?
Well, for like, okay, so I mean, stretch goals is what I actually meant.
There were.
There were stretch goals for new forms.
Yes,
Oh boy.
each of the additional chapters that was funded includes a new form.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say like you don't want because if it was just new forms, then you'd have to redesign the whole game to like take that in mind. And
Yeah,
it's
no,
like, that would be a pain.
It's specifically for the additional chapters.
Shantae is not normally a pirate, so Shantae is a genie in the first few games. That's her role.
As the next game's title would imply.
Yes, she has genie powers. Her nemesis is called Risky Boots, and she's a pirate. So it's basically you're the genie and she's the pirate until this game, or I should say actually until Risky's Revenge, where at the very end of the game, Shantae loses her pirate powers. She loses her genie powers, and so in this game, she still doesn't have them, and she's trying to get them back.
Yep.
And so she's having to borrow a lot of Risky's equipment because for some reason that I missed at the beginning of the last stream, they're working together instead of fighting each other. I'm assuming there is a new common threat that they're working together on.
Oh no, I accidentally timed out Jess again. Whatever will I do?
Not entirely sure why Risky Boots isn't just going out herself and doing this shit, because she seems more than happy to just let Shantae have all her goodies. But, you know, whatever. No questions. Wait, what's the shit ending? Wait, what did Jazz post? Wait, what happened? Oh, you're talking about Risky's Revenge. Well, you don't lose everything. You just lose your,
You lose your magic. You don't actually lose your hair whipping.
Now, in this game, no spoilers, you do give Risky her stuff back, so you do lose that. But it wasn't really ever yours to begin with, let's be honest with ourselves here. That's true, you do keep your hair whip, also. Primary method of attack. Which does feel much better in the, like, they've gotten a lot better at that, too. But it's Way Forward, so, like, of course they have. Way Forward has produced, like, maybe one, like, mediocre game in their entire run, and I can't even remember what it is right now. They might just because focusing very hard at the moment.
Not really.
Okay, never mind then.
I just don't want to fall, that's all.
Okay, yeah.
You didn't do that here.
I wouldn't want to fall either, how are you? Let me scroll up a little bit. What the fuck is a Shantae? Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I'm back.
I'll tinker back. Welcome back. Yeah. Welcome back.
Alright.
I'm not gonna get into that yet.
Alright, so now I have 5 magic left to get.
Scree. What did Jas do again?
I don't know. It's got banned.
He was Jas.
Oh.
I didn't get a chance to see.
That's becoming impressive.
Yeah.
Twice in one night.
That was twice already? Wow.
Yeah, that's twice in one night.
He's going out of his way to fucking have me do it at this point.
Yeah, Jas, I'll help you in a few minutes.
There's not enough Shantae hentai on the internet. Are you sure about that?
There is quite a bit.
There's no way that's great. Let's just say great. There's probably a lot of even, like, Roddy Tops, frankly, like...
What? Oh, there's
no
absolutely a decent bit of Roddy Tops, I'd say. There's a lot of people
like
like Roddy Tops more than... There's a lot of people that like Roddy Tops more than Shantae, for Christ's sake.
That's interesting me, considering, like, a zombie, you know?
I'd be raising my hand right now if I weren't in the middle of playing the game.
Like, inherently kind of a weird off-putting thing.
Jas. Okay, never mind. I saw what he did. That's actually really awesome.
What did he do? Tell me.
He said Shantae was an off-brand waifu. That's incredible, actually.
Oh, damn. Who's
yeah,
the
now
on-brand
that
waifu?
one I can totally believe, Davida. That one I
Roddy
can totally
Tops.
believe.
Oh, wow. Alright,
Biggest green waifu is best waifu.
Man, what is it with people in Roddy Tops? I don't get it.
Green waifu is best waifu.
I don't get it.
And yet it's strictly untrue, because in the City of Souls we saw that there was a better version of Roddy Tops.
Well,
there was
okay,
a better waifu
less green waifu is best waifu, but
also a
in
soul
lieu
or
of less
something?
green waifu is best waifu.
Well, I mean, she might be a soul Gemini, but clearly you can interact with them, so who the fuck cares? It still counts and works. What?
That's a good story. Tell all your friends you fucked a soul.
I mean, dude, if you can pull that shit off, like, you
I don't
have
think
fucking accomplished something.
there are some powers that might be less happy about that.
I don't think there are any powers.
If there's souls, probably.
I'm not even sure that's the case. I mean, we could be working on Final Fantasy XIV logic, where, like, there's about 37 gods, and none of them seem to
Okay.
give much of a shit about anything, so, like...
The problem is that Final Fantasy XIV logic is your worst possible example because everything is the powers in that game.
Yeah, exactly, and none of it gives a shit about anything!
Well, Hydaelyn seems to give like way too many shits about everything, and actually.
Well,
Hydaelyn
Hydaelyn mostly gives a shit about the fact that, like, she may or may not have fucked an entire universe, but...
both literally and figuratively.
Pretty much, actually! Like, that is...
This is how Shantae gets home every day, by the way. Her house is over there somewhere.
By cannonball chain
There you go.
jumping?
Yeah, pretty much.
Kek.exe.
I'll be honest with you, right? Like, public transportation, bicycle, car, would you ever?
So, Gemini,
What?
I don't know if you saw this. I finally reinstalled Ultra because like Mitty wanted us to,
he's desperate.
and
I need to reinstall Ultra
I
too,
loaded it
guess.
up,
Uh-huh.
and I proceeded to hit that. You know the one frame loop link. I hit it
Yeah,
27
but-
times in a row.
There you go. You got better at it.
And
Congratulations.
then, standing perfectly still, now I can't get the special to come out all by itself.
Yeah, welcome to fighting games.
No, that's not like. That is an issue that is unique to 4. I've never had that issue in other fighting games. I've never had an issue like getting a special to come out at all. Like.
Yeah, it does depend for me. There are like a lot of King of Fighters 14 comes to mind right now.
Oh,
Some
what's
of
really
the
funny
games.
is like it's very specifically tied to the quarter circle back motion in specific, while transitioning from a crouching move to a standing move, because I was testing with a bunch of other characters like links that I couldn't do before that I seem to be able to weirdly just do in 4 now for some reason. I guess just more raw time spent with fighting games has built
Yeah, pretty much.
consistency. And yeah, specifically every time there's a quarter circle back after doing a crouching link into a standing link, I can't do it. It doesn't matter
on what
which.
direction,
It
what
doesn't
side of the
matter.
screen?
It happens on both sides.
Interesting.
It's just tied to something that I am physically doing with my hands when I'm transitioning from crouching to standing for some reason.
Turn inputs on.
I do. It looks really weird. So it looks like what's happening is for some reason I always feel like I am hitting like mentally I think I have gotten all the way to the back input, right? But
Yeah.
I always hit the button at the down back.
You stop
Hey,
short.
guys.
Yeah, I do that a lot too.
Yeah.
Welcome to the secret room with the best music in the game.
Oh Jesus.
Oh boy. Is it only in this secret room?
Zombie's name is Roddy
Yep.
Tops, Jess. Roddy Tops.
Yeah. That is the person we've been talking
This
about.
is like an arena room. This is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a gauntlet room.
Wow, Scott, they just
Name
lock you
it-
in this room
name
and
it
tell
is-
you to fight all the enemies? That's
Who's
terrible.
the voice actor for Shantae in this game?
Christina V?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Christina V has always been done the little voice clips for Shantae.
You might know her as Noelle from BlazBlue. Oh wait, no you don't.
No, I wouldn't know her from BlazBlue, but I know that voice from somewhere.
Christina V
There
has a lot of
little
things.
girls.
Yeah, that's the one too.
Yep, that is exactly where I know
Diamond
her.
Drop.
Yeah, that is where I know her from. She's shit character
Yeah.
from shit game. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Are you talking
I
about
will
Noelle like
slap
that?
you.
yeah, there you go, Gemini.
To be fair, there's a lot of people who don't like Noelle. It's an in-universe joke that nobody likes.
I don't actually think that's where I know her from, though. By the way, that's
Hands
what's
off
funny.
the panda.
I don't think I actually. Oh my god.
Your
Really?
breasts are illegal.
Hey, guess what?
What?
She plays the person that people think is the next playable character in Street Fighter V. She's a
Jury?
Nero.
Oh,
She's
wait
a
minute.
Nero.
Who?
A Nero.
What's a Nero?
A Nero is the, if I remember, it's like Bison's kid that we've seen in a couple of the cutscenes.
Who?
Yeah, it's the weird guy that follows Balrog around, I think. Like the weird psycho power kid that follows
that
Balrog around.
kid.
Yeah, people think that's the next character because a bunch of stuff has been found that like really points to that being a playable character.
Interesting.
By the way,
So-
that room did absolutely nothing of value for me.
Yay, but
Christ.
those cookies. First of all, you could never get away from Laura Bailey. I'll just say that before I go on. And secondly, I think they're in a very delicate position with Street Fighter V right now because they're kind of in the same shitty spot that I want to say like Smash Brothers is.
That's who Nero is. Sorry,
In that like. The problem is essentially that there's a lot of Street Fighter returning characters, like people's mains from the other games that are not in Street Fighter V yet.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, like, there's always going to be this balance between, like, well, do you want more new characters like Nikali and stuff, or do you want, like, us to actually bring the mains back?
I expect what'll probably happen is you'll get, like, 1, maybe 2 new characters next season, and the rest will all be returnings.
Well, how many characters have you been planning on putting on this game? I mean, they've got to be almost done now.
No, it's 6 per year, they even said, and they planned, like, for several years.
They're treating the game like a service.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing Killer Instinct is doing, where they're just doing it season by season.
Yeah.
I guess that'll work. I wonder how long the game can maintain its tight balance if they keep doing that, though. The reason Killer Instinct maintains it, by the way,
if all of the DLC characters are as high quality as Jury, we don't have to worry about that because
yeah, high quality, real high quality Flintstones characters.
Like Jury, aka worse than Zangief. Somehow.
Yo, Wario Land 4 was great. Let nobody tell me differently.
Yeah, that level
actually
actually.
Funny. A lot of Shantae has a lot of like Wario Land
vibes.
Well,
yeah, I mean it's just because of how the games are laid out. Like they're very similar, like exploratory adventure games.
Well, not just that though, right? Like the theming. What was her face in Wario Land was the main villain, and she was like the pirate lady.
In the original Wario Land?
Yeah. I mean, technically, the final boss of the original Wario Land is, ironically enough, a genie, but the pirate was named. Shit, hold on.
What was this person's name? I don't...
Captain Syrup, that would be the one. Of the Black Sugar Gang.
Captain Syrup.
And she pirated the SS Teacup, which was in the first game, I think.
Yeah, it was. It was in Wario Land 3. And she was also in Shake It. She was in Wario Land 3. She was in Wario Land, Wario Land 2, and Wario Land Shake It.
Okay, there you go then. So yeah, there's a lot that Wario Land has in common with Shantae when you break it down.
Conceptually, but I think in terms of actual structure and layout, no.
No.
Why would you murder me? What the fuck? What did I do?
Or else I murder Canavia. He's the easiest one to take hostage, which would be very untrue, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work very well in your favor.
Princess Shokora is one of the best Mario Universe princesses. Who?
Yeah, I don't even know that one, dude.
Whom?
Princess Shokora.
Princess Shaka Khan? Shaka Zulu?
Is the true ruler of the Golden Pyramid, Wario Land 4.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She's a cat. And then she turns into a princess.
Oh, yeah, and there's 4 versions of her based on how you do.
Yes.
There's Hideous Princess, Bratty Princess, True Princess, and Cheeky Princess. Interesting note, Cheeky Princess looks significantly better than True Princess, so that's kind of comical.
Why was Cheeky Princess listed after True Princess? You make it sound like that's the best one.
I was reading them in order of how much I thought they were interesting.
Oh. I thought you were reading them in direct order. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, Cheeky Princess is apparently like her quote-unquote young form, also known as just anime.
Oh, excellent.
But, like, there's Bratty Baby Princess, which looks horrifying, and then there's Hideous Princess, which is Wario's face grafted onto the princess's, like, fucking body.
Excellent.
And then True Princess just looks, like, way too formal and weird.
To be fair, they kind of did that concept in Mario Land Master of Disguise, which is a game that nobody likes to talk about for very obvious reasons. But there was a Princess Terror-Misu in that one that looked like a very interesting version of Peach. Yes. A Terror-Misu, I think.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. That game had good names.
Wow. Yeah, Christina Vita's done some really interesting games over the years.
Christina Vita is a great voice actress. I really support her.
Yeah.
And she was so cool, Kadamia, that when the Blaze Blue, like,
oh,
there's a game with Blaze Blue.
That's where I know her from.
Oh, what?
Okay, that explains a lot. She does voices in Hyperdimension.
Oh.
Yeah.
People pay attention to Hyperdimension. That's the funniest joke I've heard all day.
A lot of things, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, Master of Disguise sucked. But anyways, though, like...
Yeah, like Maple Story, she apparently did voices for.
really.
Yeah.
But when he was called Blazin, there was like a really more famous BlazBlue webcomic that got produced. And she
Jesus
actually
Christ.
stepped forward to do the voices for like comic dubs of it. Like she acted Noelle's parts in the comic dubs of the
Wait,
fucking
really?
BlazBlue comic.
That's
Yes,
super fucking cool.
it is really cool.
That's fucking awesome. I mean, to be fair, the voice actors tend to be more lax about doing shit like that.
They do, yeah, for the most part. It's just kind of rare to see them cooperate in like web projects necessarily. Usually they just get ambushed at conventions.
Well, that's true. I don't know.
Like DC Douglas leaving Wesker messages
the
for
thing
people.
is, I've seen that happening more lately, though, Gemini.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, this was back in like 2000 and.
Oh yeah, if you're talking about like way back then, like yeah, that was far less common then.
She's also a voice actor. Oh, really? A voiceover director? I didn't know
That's
that.
pretty cool.
Interesting.
That is absolutely.
Bloodborne has great concepts in that it
What are
has
you
the
doing?
same concept that we've had. For
I'm looking. There's a fucking dark
There's a-
magic here.
Oh okay.
My name is.
There's also heart squids, but I don't care so
Oh my
much
god.
about them.
Yesterday, yeah.
I'm
Did you see that part, Gemini?
the
we talking
squid
about-
ink or the squid oil.
The BlazBlue like fucking official dungeon.
Oh, yes, that's right. 'Cause you're like, no, there's a thing that has official hentai, and it's called BlazBlue. And then I yelled at my screen, but it was just etchy.
Yeah, it was just etchy, but like.
Like, that was one of the... See, Konami, you identified one of the moments in which I was like, I can't correct Konami, what am I supposed to do now?
Oh man.
It's amazing.
Pretty damn close to actual hentai though.
It's pretty close. I'll give you that. It might as well be.
It comes very close in
It
particular.
frankly might as
places,
well
yeah.
be a, like, sanctioned H thing, and it's like... It tears me up a little bit, 'cause I'm like, man...
I'm not. It doesn't tear me up at all because it fits right in with what BlazBlue is.
But no, like, there's a serious story in there, I
Anime-
promise.
You just... BlazBlue has a serious story.
It does! There's gag reels and stuff like that, but the story itself is actually not that bad as far as
Okay.
it goes.
Okay.
It's a little bit complicated,
Okay.
but it's not that bad.
Okay. Yeah, there's no problems in the BlazBlue story. You're right.
What?
There's
Listen,
no
I never said there's no problems. I said it wasn't bad. There's a very big difference. Like, BlazBlue has a very distinct problem with.
I don't
having
understand how
much
someone like you.
terminology.
I don't understand how someone like you, with like the types of writing analysis that you do, Gemini, then like looks at BlazBlue and is like, yeah, no, this is good.
What could I say? It has solid construction. Like, there are things about it that
The
are
world building
overly
in BlazBlue
complicated.
is so fucking horrendously terrible.
Hey, you take that back. World building, I mean...
Everything I've looked about, the world building in BlazBlue is nothing more than a convoluted fucking bullshit mess, where in every subsequent game, they retcon 50 things because they realized it didn't work with what they wanted to do now.
Well, admittedly, like... Well, no, that wasn't really a retcon.
Well, it
I was
wasn't
going to
a
say, like,
retcon,
the
but-
Continuum Shift thing stopped being important after Continuum Shift, which is good, because the premise of Continuum Shift was a little bit of a problem. But it was interesting enough to inhabit the game it was part of.
BlazBlue to me seems like a fucking mess.
Like, BlazBlue's world building is great because, like, well, not great, but it's okay, or at least decent, because, like, the Teach Me Miss Lychee sections do a really good job of actually establishing the world. Like, if you sit through those, I don't know if you have Kadamia.
I haven't.
But if you sit through some of the Teach Me Miss Lychees from, like, the first game, or even from some of the later games and stuff like that, those do a fantastic job of building.
Yeah,
I actually think so.
Here, this is because Davita's actually hitting home on this, and it's a very, very important thing. Play several different fighting games. Find one where the game itself interests you at the core and has a character that you can legitimately get very invested in. Otherwise, you're not going to want to put up with the bullshit that fighting games force you to put up with.
Yeah, investment is ultimately what draws you into, like, playing a character and wanting to get better, so...
In order to
whatever
play
invests
fighting
you.
games at a base level, you need to invest more time than probably any genre short of maybe RTSs. And
Probably, yeah.
it's more frustrating than RTSs as well. So, like...
Like, I think actually... Well, I don't know if I would agree with that, but it depends on what kind of person you are and how you think.
Yeah,
For me, RTSs have been impossible and endlessly frustrating.
I think
can't-
I think they're more frustrating than, like, literally anything else out there to learn. I mean, again, I want you to think about this is the series where I have grown more angry, I think, than... Not the series. This is the genre I've grown more angry than literally anything in the fucking world trying to learn how to play these games. So.
Okay, maybe the dark magic isn't in here, and I just...
And now you're finally realizing that you actually did get some results from things, even though I've been telling you that.
I did. Minor results. There's minor. I can almost do my B&B occasionally now.
He means hitting a one frame like 27 times in a row.
No, Gemini, again, I even talked about
Ultimax was a good game. Well, I thought he was, anyways, for a while. Then, I mean, you know. And I say that purely because it had, like, my favorite fighting game character, but that's not. That's a topic for a different day.
Maybe we'll get a Persona 5 arena.
Even if we do, it won't be the same. I'll never have him back. Adachi is only ever going to be in one game. Only ever can be in one fighting game.
Wait, that's not necessarily true because we had characters from Persona 3 come into Persona 4, didn't we?
Okay, here's the trick. Persona 3 and Persona 4 take place in the same universe. Persona 1 and 2 and 3 don't. So, like, 3 and 1 and 2 do not take place in the same. As I understand it, maybe I'm wrong about that.
5 could totally be in the 3, 4.
I don't think it is, though, because it's out already, right? And I don't think it's in the same universe that 3 and 4 are.
If you're worried about keeping someone around, just kill them and stuff their body.
Easy.
That's, Can I get the filter if somebody types fucking easy in chat, it makes a fucking Overwatch quote? Like a GG easy quote?
I would be very happy with that, if we could figure it out, you know.
Yeah, we need to figure that shit out.
Definitely. I think, well, what? No, there's no way. Really? Naoto? If Naoto reappears, then there might be a chance, although it would be really fucking small. And even if Adachi came back, he probably would be very different. Although I am curious to know what things would be like many years down the line. Not that, by the way, most games and series that do that end up turning out very disappointing because you're like, man, I was just happy not knowing what happened after the story ended.
Because sparkly anxiety, sparkly.
What?
Sparkles.
Right, here.
Oh yeah, what sparkly anxiety?
Sparkles. Sparkle anxiety, sparkle. There you go. You found. I think this is your last bat, right?
In this place, I've got still got 2 more
What
after
is
this.
this, Metroid 2? Like, you hunting fucking Tinkerbats?
Yeah, he needs the magic.
Yeah, there's 20 of them. I have 18 now.
He's trying to get the good ending.
I wish those things were the actual Tinkerbats, by the way.
Because like the actual
But those are
good ending.
Cacklebats.
Yeah, they're Cacklebats. They're transformed from Tinkerbats.
Okay. Yeah, I know, but I wish they were just like, they would just say fuck the transformation, just call those Tinkerbats, and then that would be the end of it, and I wouldn't have to complain
But
anymore.
what would they call the other things? Just Tinker?
Just call them
Tinkerbutts?
something better. Think of a better name for them.
Okay, Gemini.
You could just call them Tinkers, Frank. That'd be okay with
I
that.
don't think that works actually. But that's just
No, it's fine.
Yeah, Mudbog. See, you're missing one on Mudbog and then one on Tinkercat.
Sparkle's depression.
Oh, did you see that Hawaii just built a fucking massive fence, a cat-proof fence?
Well, because cats are ruining the environment.
No, actually, because feral cats are hunting uau birds.
Yeah, that's literally what I just said.
That's not really ruining the environment, but
It kind of is. I mean, you're literally like, it's an endangered species. They are actually
we're getting rid
just
of fucking birds, which nobody cares about, and replacing them with more cats, which is good.
I think you got that one backwards. I think cats have actually been labeled as like the #1 most invasive species in the world.
That's
feral
not
cats,
even-
yes. Cats overall, no.
I
Oh, yeah,
can't
no feral
imagine
cats,
this.
though.
Hold on.
Feral cats are certainly a big problem. Cats in
I like-
general are not.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I knew that wasn't even remotely true. Asian carp are the most invasive species in the world.
All right, what about land-based ones?
All right, let me find a land-based species on here then.
If that's a sorting mechanism.
It's not a sorting mechanism, but the European common rabbit.
Man, they're too common. That's their problem.
And then the cane toad, and then the Burmese python, and then the Asian longhorned beetle, and then the snakehead fish.
All right, hold on.
Then cotton whiteflies, Asian tiger mosquitoes, the black rat, and that's it for animals because kudzu is next. And kudzu is a plant.
Yes, but cats are an invasive species.
They're an Gemini! Almost everything is an invasive species at this point in our society because of how much we have fucking, like, transported species into places where they shouldn't be, giving them a fucking evolutionary advantage over the things that exist there because they have no fucking natural predators. There's like 700,000 invasive species.
There's 4,300 invasive species.
43?
4,300 specifically, and
Recognized-
yes, this is straight
Okay.
from the government.
Yeah, recognized invasive in the United States or the world? Because you just said the government. So I would imagine that has to be tied to a country.
Well, this is the United
Kudzu-
States Fish and
kudzu
Wildlife
is-
Services defines as an invasive species.
Okay, so it's
probably
entirely
that.
United States.
But to be
owned,
fair,
it's
the
not-
term invasive species, like, yeah, well, never mind.
What? The term invasive species in and of itself, I mean, would have to be predefined inside of each individual country. So the only way you could get a world count is if you had the totals for every country individually.
Yes, but
But-
that's assuming that countries have departments that actually use invasive species for something. Which not all of them do.
No, not all of them will, but this is the point. You're not going to get an accurate world assessment.
Not necessarily.
Anyway, kudzu is fucking insane. Kudzu's nuts.
On islands across the globe, free-ranging cats have caused or contributed to 14% of the modern bird, mammal, and reptile extinctions.
I mean, human beings are kind of beating them, but...
Are we?
I
Let
would
me
be
look this one
very
up for you.
surprised, actually, if we weren't.
I'm gonna look this one up for you.
Hunting bats are fun. It's not fun.
Hunting bats. That doesn't sound like fun to me.
Well, that's what Scott's doing. He's hunting bats.
Well, yeah. Well, it doesn't sound like fun to me in real life, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, considering that human beings are being considered like the next mass, I can't say the word mass. What the fuck is wrong with me? The next mass extinction event in and of themselves, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Kazoos
It
are
may be
cool but creepy to
underway.
fight. No, we were talking about kudzus. What?
Yeah, kazoos.
Not kazoos.
Kazoo!
Kazoo. Bop boop bap boop bop. Fucking
The
hair
secret to
attack.
surviving extinction is not to be a picky eater. What?
Being lower on the food chain makes you more likely to be a survivor of a mass extinction event, yes. Like, the lower you are on the food chain, the more likely you are to survive a mass extinction event.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's just, like, an innate thing. I don't...
In a way. I would actually argue that the more adaptable you are in general, the more likely you are to survive mass extinction event,
Adaptability
which could
helps,
take
but
place.
things lower on the food chain tend to be dramatically more adaptable.
Not necessarily, though. It depends, like, for example, the human being, arguably at the very top of the food chain, is
Yes,
far
human
more
beings
adaptable than
are
whatever
a
is right
very,
underneath us.
very, very specific example that don't really fit the model for
Well, we are
ecology
kind
as
of
a
also
whole.
the most important example.
No, we're not. Because, like, we're a completely unique concept. You can't model ecology on something that exists once. Like,
Well, we are still animals, though, and we are still a part of the food chain.
we
But
are.
you
I
do
mean,
raise a point.
there's a lot of people that don't consider us part of the food chain anymore, technically.
That's a fair point,
We
too.
essentially exist outside of it, but yeah.
Yeah, we still kind of, like,
Scott
treat
just
everything
fucking... Is it this wall? Is it this wall?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that going
You'll
on right
find
now.
it eventually.
Yeah, this is why Shantae might need a map.
I have a map. It's open on my gamepad.
Okay, Shantae might need a map that shows you where you haven't been,
It does.
and the connecting rooms.
It does.
Then how
It
the
just
fuck
It
are you...
doesn't. It doesn't show me where certain items are. Is all it doesn't show me.
Well, right, but why would you go into a room if there were no connecting rooms to that room and then try to whip...
Because sometimes you can knock fucking cackle bats like out from places.
Okay, that seems like maybe slightly better.
No, it's fine.
It generally is not in places that aren't obvious. I'll say that. Also,
No,
I'm an idiot
Kudzu's-
because it's fucking right here.
Kudzu is fucking insane. Kudzu is, like, Jesus fucking Christ, fuck Kudzu. It's
Delicious.
terrible to try... What?! Do you know what Kudzu is?!
Have it on toast.
You have Kudzu on your toast.
Well, I mean, yes, it's an invasive plant that threatens to choke things out, but it is also a fine spread.
It's also.
I mean, it's used in
instrument.
food, but, like...
Wait, I was actually right.
It's used
I
in
was
food, but
just kidding.
it's not a spread Like,
Well, I could make it one.
good luck.
If it's already used in food, it's only a small leap now.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you know you could eat kudzu, Kademia? I didn't until
It
right
is
now.
edible. The Japanese have used it before, but like, it's not
I don't
really.
know what they put it in.
There are certain like, I think like cakes that they make with it.
If it's a fucking leaf, I mean, you could technically make it into a paste and spread it.
You could, but I would not.
I wouldn't advise it, but you could put it on your toast. It is technically possible.
Put that shit in a salad. I mean,
Okay, well,
that's
no,
an
don't
option.
do that.
No, that's totally an option.
With kale and kudzu, yeah.
Alright, so it's time for Scud's very last item that he has to find.
If kale has taught me anything, it's that any leafy green that starts with the letter K must be healthy. So give me that kudzu, man.
By the way, remember when I said you can, in some places, knock cacklebats out of literally nowhere?
That
there he
is,
It's,
Maybe.
I mean, it's fairly obvious places where you're like, I wonder what happens when I bang into this wall, but...
I'm not sure that would ever
Yeah, that
be
was
obvious
obvious.
to me, actually.
No, totally. No, it wasn't.
Like, that is actually just kind of a wall.
There's only like 2 of those anyway, but, I mean...
Yeah.
That's too many. You need all of them for 100%.
Well, that's not the big issue. The bigger issue is that you need them for
The good ending.
the good ending, yeah.
Well, yeah, and 100% and good.
100%
Well, I
is
guess
not
not so
the
much
good ending,
anymore, yeah.
100% isn't the good ending because you don't need all the squids for the good ending, do you? I don't think you do.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Oh, never mind
Because
then.
otherwise I'd be going back here, and here,
Yeah.
and here, and fuck that.
Yeah, you don't need all the squids, so.
And thank God, frankly.
It just makes the game less.
Okay,
There we go.
Hey, Betty. Also, McParker, that logic does not make sense. If we can eat cicadas, we can eat kudzu. No? Because, like,
Those
there
things
are some
not,
bugs and plants that are also poisonous.
That's not even remotely related.
That'd be like me seeing if I can eat a chicken,
Oh,
I can eat a
shit.
poison ivy.
LRG is producing a physical copy of Skullgirls? That's neat.
What's LRG?
Limited run games. They're like,
Oh.
they take digital games and then do like these super neat kind of like physical box releases of stuff, and
Nifty.
yeah, because they're able to cut enough of the overhead cost to allow it to be done. It's super cool.
Now all the people who are incredibly terrified and paranoid about Steam suddenly going offline and losing all of their games can buy the box version.
So you,
It's a good idea.
Not me, actually, just half the crazy people who talk about DRM-free campaigns.
well,
I think it
there
makes
are
sense.
other advantages to things being
No, there are
DRM-free.
other advantages to DRM-free, but after reading, like, hundreds of fucking arguments about DRM-free things, most of them seem to boil down to, like, them not believing in the longevity of the digital marketplace.
wait, if they get
Well,
10,000
licensing.
pre-orders of the limited run of Skullgirls, they're going to be patching in Japanese voices to all versions of the game?
Yup.
There's Japanese voices?
Yup.
I didn't know that.
Okay,
you know.
so I'm sorry, they need to do this anyway because, I mean, it's Skullgirls. The game is an anime. It's gotta have Japan.
Arc System won't.
Okay,
Arc System
well,
works.
alright.
Won't let us do this, dude.
Wait,
like, give us
Arc
money.
System Works won't let you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard me.
All the money for the English dub of Blaze Blue went towards Skullgirls like 5 years ago. So that's why they can't do
Oh.
it.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, you heard me. That's the
You're
only
not wrong,
fucking excuse
technically.
I could think of for why Blaze Blue wouldn't have an
That
English.
is really weird. They can't afford licensing to put JP voices. That sucks.
Money for licensing sucks. Licenses suck.
Yeah, audio licensing especially is always terrible, but
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same.
hopefully there'll be enough pre-orders. That actually sounds really cool, and it sounds like something the Skullgirls community would like. Hell, I would like it, and I don't even play Skullgirls.
I would entirely ignore it, but it's
Like,
kind of cool that it's
JP
happening.
voices, yes please, in everything.
No please, in nothing.
Like, especially if
You're no
it's-
fun.
Especially if it looks like it's anime, it needs JP voices.
Like, I like Japanese voices as an option, but I hate what the
Oh,
market has become,
I'm
so
not-
I'm going to say
I'm
no
not.
now.
I'm not saying they should ever be the only option.
Yeah, no one. I don't think that was the intent.
But if they exist, I think they should be an option. If they were recorded, if they were done, like hell,
Okay, yeah.
I think like German voices, if they were recorded, should be an option. Like fuck it, dude.
That's true. Although the thing is, I think that they would be going out of their way to,
Well, in
or
this
no,
case,
well, no, actually, I guess the Japanese version already exists.
they
so,
exist.
like,
They just need the licensing. It's just a cost thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as they have the ability to, like, then yeah, that's something companies should totally do. It's not like with BlazBlue, right? With where they just haven't even recorded English voices for Central Fiction.
No, they
There's
didn't
a
even bother.
lot more cost involved there. So
Yeah,
Nope.
they did not even bother at all. Which,
Who?
I mean, you know.
So, I want you guys to realize, by the way, that Risky Boots' outfit is the Pirate King's face.
Oh, shit.
How about that?
I'm sorry. What?
That, huh? I would have never noticed that until you said it. All
Yeah,
right.
no.
Yeah,
Neither would
he
I.
literally just took it back from her, so she's wearing considerably less now.
Well,
Hooray!
strip the fuck out of her.
Victory, I think.
Well, no. But he has all the magic, so he's ready to go.
Okay, first of all, she's wearing, like, the pirate bandana now.
Avast you,
Secondly-
wet dogs, it's time to swab to the plank.
So, wait, we're...
Moist the main snail.
What's wrong,
Oh, my
Gemini?
God.
Keel the port blubber.
What's wrong, Gemini?
Risky and fucking Shantae, and I'm kind of being led to believe
know
literally
what's happened
only
to
Risky
Shantae.
pilots the boat. Where's her crew?
You don't
Huh?
see
Like a
him.
crew of Tinkerbats?
Her Tinkerbell got
They
transformed.
turned to cacklebats. I had to go murder them to steal their dark magic.
Oh,
Remember?
Also, some shit went down in Scuttletown and everybody's gone.
so how does she pilot the boat by herself? That's not possible.
Yeah, it is.
Not with that attitude.
You can't do that. Not a full-fledged boat. You ever
Not
tried
that,
fucking
dude.
piloting one of those things?
First off, that's a pretty small, quote-unquote, full-fledged boat that they are riding on.
Well, even still.
You're even still,
Risky moists my mast. Yeah, that's one way to just...
Same.
I fucking... I want to eat 9 bento boxes right now.
Yeah, I don't have
Do
9
you have
bento
them?
boxes.
You
What does
need
he,
them.
does he give you a squid?
No, he just gives you a ton of gems.
Oh.
He really likes
Well, you
bento
don't
boxes.
need them though, so it doesn't matter. Like, you're good to
The
go.
guy knows what he wants.
He really wants those boxes.
Sequin Land is fucked.
I mean, that's the truth.
Not Sequin Land.
Well, yeah, Sequin Land. That's where Shantae lives, Gemini. It's kind of important that you know the name of the place.
Sequin
Yeah, dude.
Land.
Sequin
Sequin.
Land. Sequin Land.
That's what it's called.
Sequin.
Sequin.
Yeah, Sequin Land.
Like the...
As in like
That's
sequins.
what it's called.
Hold on. Trying to find a clip now.
You gonna be okay there, dude?
Just give me a second.
Alright, time for a
Alright.
troublesome trek.
Ooh, here it happens. It's happening.
This
Which
last,
is actually the name of the song, by the way.
well, and, and
Yep.
this last dungeon is really, really fast too.
Here you go, Kadami. I'll post this
I
one
mean,
in chat for it.
there is
I'll
the
post
fact
this one
that
in
I can
chat for
skip
you.
it.
Well, yeah, I mean that helps.
So,
actually really
donation
like how the-
incentive for me to not skip the dungeon.
That no. How about a donation incentive to make sure you skip the dungeon? Like,
Yeah, that'd be alright.
As a
I'm
side
actually,
note,
I'm not going to skip the dungeon, or at least not all of it, because I want to make a point about the one worst part about this game.
you know what's funny? I actually like the idea of the dungeon completely.
I like
it just
the
ends up being
idea of
hard
it,
as shit.
but
That's all. It just ends up being a slog.
yeah, because you
yeah,
have bonus keys that let you skip, right? Here, from what I remember.
no, it's not keys. It's
Oh.
literally just a maneuver.
Was it really just the dash thing? Oh wow.
No, it's not even a dash thing. It's there. I just skipped a room.
Oh, yay!
I'm not going
Okay.
to though.
That's
Because I want to point this out right here. This
Oh,
sudden
get
jump
this.
in difficulty is complete horseshit.
I want to see this.
Ah! I
Gemini's
don't like there's any
reaction.
consequence for death.
This doesn't look that.
You
bad.
lose up hip. You lose up hip
Oh,
of
yeah,
health.
it's a hit. Wow, that is...
Yeah, it's mostly meant to ensure that you do it all right in one go. Or just slightly annoying.
Well, yeah. Makes sense, I
Like,
guess.
it's fun until it's not, which is the problem. Like, it starts off really fun, and then
Ah,
it gets
well.
really dumb, really
Down he
fast.
goes,
Yeah, it gets considerably dumber. So anyway, I'm gonna skip that one because
That's all there is to it. Like,
I
other than
actually-
that, it's
I
a
don't
really
know,
fun
that-
dungeon.
That doesn't look that
I
bad.
think
to
it's
me, but-
fun, but
yeah.
for average people, like, it's like, what?
Like,
It's just one of those things where, like, the jump in difficulty versus the rest of the game is ridiculous. Like, there's no reason for it. It's really bad design.
yeah, I mean, that I guess I can see. I can understand that.
Man, get good.
Actually, yeah.
Let's see what the second room is. Oh, yeah, this one.
Oh, this one's the roughest. I love it though.
Ha!
Oh,
But-
God. Okay, this one actually looks complicated, to be fair. Just initially, at least.
This is a room that you genuinely have to keep doing over and over. That's a problem about this room. Most of the rooms like this aren't ones that you can just kind of sightsee. You have to.
Yeah, because this is
We
very
do.
clearly, like, a memorization thing, unfortunately.
Now, if this
Yep.
was in like Shantae 1, this would be needlessly brutal.
If it
Because
was
that
in Shantae
actually has
1,
game
Still
over.
needlessly brutal.
it's
Like,
already
compared
brutal
to
now.
the difficulty of the rest of this game? God damn it.
Come on. Hey. You know what this is? This is jump, to jump, jump, slide, slide, jump, slide.
Except it
slide,
doesn't
jump.
warn you.
Yeah,
Yeah, except for no warning system at all.
which is what makes it awful.
That's understandable. Mega Man deaths for days.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is why they don't have a life
yeah.
system.
And that's fine,
Exactly.
right? Like, I think that makes it more okay.
Oh,
The
that
fact
last
that
jump
you have
looks
to
like
jump-
a pain.
Yeah,
That one is
I'm
dumb.
skipping that.
That's rough.
The last jump, Gemini, you can probably go on top.
Yeah,
You're
you're
supposed
supposed
to,
to go
I
on
think.
top.
Yeah, you're supposed to go on top.
Oh, I see. I was gonna say, you need to like cannon jump that.
Yeah, because that way you would just be sprinting straight down. Like, you would just sprint straight off the top and fall, and you'd be fine.
Yeah. They don't necessarily need to have a life system, although I don't know what happens if you lose all your hearts.
You die and you have to do it continue, and it's really annoying. Brings you back to your last save.
Oh, okay, alright, then that's fair.
It's very much. It's weird that games have that still, but that's just me. Like, I don't think continues are needed anymore. Just let someone keep going. And if they turn off the game, that's your continue. That's just me.
Now, there needs to be penalty. Or a reason to keep saving, also. I think, like, that's the #1 way that you can encourage people to continually save, is by making the save
Couldn't
points
you-
actually have meaning.
Couldn't
But
you
that's what I just
stutter-
said,
Can you
though.
stutter dash across those spikes, Scud, once you clear those blocks?
You could, but I'm not going to.
Skip.
Skip Mackenzie.
The speedruns literally just skip these rooms, and there's no good reason not to. I just
Um,
kind of want to get straight a point by going into each of them.
I think the thing is like, they might have known this was possible. I'm just not
Wouldn't be surprised if they
sure.
realized it was like an advanced speedrunning thing, where like, because it's pretty much, it's very close to frame perfect.
The
Whatever,
jumps
it's
to,
frame
yeah.
perfect, but it's very close.
I think they
Yeah,
probably
the
just
big-
don't care.
The big thing is that, like, even though it's tight, you can pretty much retry it over and over again without too much punishment, so that's kind of nice.
Alrighty, boss time.
Hint, she suddenly has clothes.
Oh,
I know it's weird, but it's also just like, excuse me? The save guy gets around real hard. He's a magician after all.
Yaruski isn't wearing her crotch armor anymore because it's a part of his face. Think about that.
Well, because it was his face.
Oh, shit.
That explains a lot, actually. Maybe that's why she's so mad. Look at all those power-ups
Alright.
that do an immense amount of damage.
This boss is going to take a very long time.
Why is the Pirate Lord a ninja?
Um,
He's doing like a hand sign and teleporting away.
Yeah.
that's not... He just is, dude. He trained in the mini
Like-
banners.
He fights less like a pirate and more like the Super Shredder from like Turtles in Time.
Yo!
But you don't know... They were actually
Pirate
friends in high
Super
school.
Shredder sounds amazing. I don't know what you're
That
talking
is true.
about.
Super Shredder was already really cool. I remember that being the biggest letdown of my entire life as a kid when I watched the Turtles 2 movie and Super Shredder showed up. Oh shit,
funny
you're losing
because-
all your pirate powers.
It's funny because the pyro weapons aren't really what are helping me here. It's the super bike ball and the super boss
Yeah, that's
and the
true.
bubble shield. They kind of trivialize this whole thing.
It's a cool idea for a battle boss, though.
I'll show you my true power.
Grows big.
He's full powered.
Now he's Bowser.
Now I have a bigger hat.
Yep.
I was
The
actually
hat is
talking to
the
somebody today about this, about how, like, Bowser is probably just a secret, like, size fetishist, because you know him, like, getting really big at the end of every game to try and defeat Mario? Like, that's not a natural power. He just kind of, like, panics and goes, Kamek, make me do the thing! Kamek, do the thing!
To be fair, I think it was ingrained in him from when he was a kid, and, like, that was always the way he kind of got things done, because in Yoshi's Island, that, like, he does that to Yoshi, too.
Yeah, I guess.
I think, frankly, I blame Kamek for trying to make a child so large at such a young age constantly.
He just likes
It
that
just
feeling
became
of
his
power,
only
dude.
method of dealing with things.
Yeah, don't judge the man. He was taught this at a young age.
What's-
It's not his fault.
Little universe, like, I know that we're pretty low bar when it comes to puns, but, like, come on, man.
Yeah, oh, wait a minute, I know this one, it's M.
For Mario.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Pirates love
Mario the Pirate.
Okay, C would have actually been clever. Like, almost clever. At least it wouldn't have been R.
It would have been more clever than the other alternatives.
The C or R.
This guy is using every Splatoon super weapon at once. Bubbler. The shield. About the shield.
The
I mean
hair.
The things. Yeah, the hair.
The spikes, yes, the blades of spikesing from
Yeah.
Splatoon.
Yeah, you don't know?
Yeah, the fish fillet.
The fish fillet. That might be a little bit violent given Splatoon.
That would be it.
I just want some calm money. It's okay.
Nick Parker did say that. Oh shit. He's not even threatening her though. He's just kind of standing there.
I swear it on my own grave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
the-
smart.
Yeah, listen to the Pirate Master. That sounds.
I like
good.
yes, I've got no choice.
My fate is sealed. God damn it.
Hey, look, the magic's not dark anymore. How
Oh,
about
no.
that shit?
Kingdom Hearts is light. No. Oh, that's my favorite video. I never ended up making shit. Oh, well.
And if
Never
you're
remember
dumb
that.
enough to not figure this out, it's the funniest thing. I don't know what to do. The game's over. I don't understand.
Dance.
Oh,
But there is no
Dance.
dance button in this game.
Yeah, there is. It's up.
What? No, there can't be. There's no dancing.
Yeah,
Figure it out,
but
dude.
when you hold the lamp above your head, you dance. So that's
Oh,
the dance
okay,
button.
shit. I see.
Well, and that's actually why not up, but
Well, point being, like,
So
why
what would
up?
have happened if you had chosen the other option when you
no,
had the
it's the
chance?
same.
Okay.
They're both the same option.
no, they're not.
the
Really?
other one is.
Yeah,
no,
they are.
Is it? I could have swore the other
Yes.
one force gives you
I've
a bad
tried
ending,
both.
even if you have the material. Oh,
No.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I've tried both. They're both the same.
Okay. Wow.
So you only get
It's
the bad
both-
ending then if you don't collect the magic.
Yup.
Okay. Well, that's
Same
interesting.
as in Biscuit's Revenge. And then he just, hey, you want these guns? Here's some free guns. I want the guns. Here, take these guns. You did great. Whoa.
To be fair, without auto potion spam, this fight is actually pretty difficult.
Yep.
Kinda. Yeah. Although,
But it's not like auto potions are hard to get.
look at that damage, by the way.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's some really good damage. I love
I'm
it.
a genie now, which means the fucking pike ball's doing literally nothing for me.
I would love if actually it says 999, but you're actually doing like 1. Just to make you feel good.
Just fucking destroys him.
Man, it's a good thing Risky's art cut in there looks so
Good.
expressive. Because
Good.
her sprite looks exactly the same.
Yeah. I can't believe they put Goldeneye in this video game.
Da da da. Shantae turns towards it and shoots the pistol at it.
I'm okay. I need to commission someone for that. That's really good.
That sounds very,
Uh,
very horrifying.
Oh no, he
That
turned
jokes are a
into
lot
an
of fun. If
apparition.
you don't believe me, watch the internet in Soldier 76.
Yeah, basically, get him.
Oh, I guess so. As Shantae, you just have to stun him in place, then you have to hit him with the cannonballs.
The cannonballs.
Yeah. You may be a genie, but you can't turn into a washing machine or cannonball yet. Sorry. Next game,
There we go.
though.
Well, no washing
Man,
machine.
that's crazy.
No.
Like, Banjo figured that one out fast. Like, come on, man.
And he's a doofus.
Banjo turned into a washing machine?
What? Yeah, washing machine Banjo.
How do
dude.
you not know that?
It's one of the transformations.
What?
Yes!
Yeah.
In which game?
Banjo
Tooie.
Kazooie?
The first
Was
one?
it Kazooie and not Tooie?
Pretty sure it was first game.
There were
Hold on.
transformations in the first one?
What? Oh my God, Gemini, we need to buy you a video game. Holy.
Yeah.
I played like 4 levels of Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, not enough.
Yeah, washing machine Banjo. It's in Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, it looks like.
Well then, alright. I don't think she can have the pirate weapons back because, like, but the guy took them and he's dead.
He's dead. So she took
We
him.
killed
Yeah,
him,
so-
so we took the weapons back off of him.
Oh shit.
She's also wearing his face again.
That's hot, kinda.
Of course, Risky's not going to be a good guy.
Listen carefully.
So
boy.
in Banjo-Tooie, it was used as a physical transformation that had the most health in the game. And it was used, like, on a stage. In Banjo-Kazooie, Mumbo fucks up a transformation, turns you into a washing machine, and asks you to wash his underwear. But
Oh, that's right.
but-
Mumbo did the transformies.
But later on in the game, you can actually unlock the washing machine in Banjo-Kazooie as well. So, like, yeah.
Oh, well. There we go, I guess. Did not know that.
Is Risky Boots still here? Please?
No.
Please?
He still hasn't washed his head since that time she punched me, which happened in the first game, so the first game has to be canon, goddammit.
Soul
Yeah, that's a
crushing.
long time, dude.
That's true, man. That does actually effectively make the first game canon.
But they're very
Canon.
iffy about whether or not the first game is entirely canon for some reason.
Well, why is that, though?
I don't know.
We don't know.
What makes you believe that they're iffy about that is what I'm asking.
I mean, things they've said, and also the fact that they kind of positioned Risky's Revenge as sort of like a retrace of the first game.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
Risky's Revenge basically, like, writes over the beginning of...
Yeah. But at the same time, like, this one constantly references the original, which, I mean, is, largely homage and nostalgia, but...
No, Scott, just think about it this way, alright? So, like, Shantae for Game Boy Color is to Gunstar Heroes as Shantae Risky's Revenge is to Gunstar
even,
Superheroes.
no, go away.
I mean, you could try, I guess, maybe, but also not.
I will
They're
end
both
you,
games
Gemini.
that happen,
No!
like, storyline-wise.
I love how Matt Bozon draws all the men cute, but, I mean, kind of like, whatever, but then every girl's like, alright.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really funny. All the male
It's
characters
very
are like
funny
just
still.
kind of designed and kind of cute and adorable, but like all the female characters are exactly what you would expect.
Yeah.
Also,
It's
wow,
exactly
what a
what you would
life cycle.
expect. Also, hey, look, Metal Slug tanks.
Yeah, the
Like,
ammo
even
baron,
the
dude.
tanks look,
Awesome.
even the tanks look cute, like, all the
Yeah,
men
they have like
are
the
harmless, it's
they have like
amazing.
the jaw, like a little crunchy jaw on the front of them. They're kind of fucking awesome.
Yeah, little, like, weird eyes or cannons.
I like it. Wait, but it's Risky's Revenge, so it has to be a sequel. Well, you would think that. I want you to think about something. The first movie to feature Cooler in Dragon Ball Z was called Cooler's Revenge.
Cooler's Revenge, yeah. Because he was getting revenge for Frieza.
And then the sequel to that one was called The
By the way-
Return of Cooler.
By the way, I earlier reminded that Green Waifu is best waifu.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, don't start the...
Not the Ruddy
don't.
Tops
It's
nonsense.
Look, all I'm saying is,
Yeah, the game is.
if the
just
sort of
cute.
thing that was legal that involves her and her status, and they were real, I mean,
I mean, I think people that need coffee
I'm
to
just gonna
function
let that
are
one alone.
real. Mitty.
Yeah, they are, and they are zombies, you're
it's
right.
not. You are on the right path. In fact.
And it's also unethical to fuck them.
I don't actually think
Whoa!
it is, in fact.
Excuse me. Have you ever been to an
'Cause-
office, my friend?
Yeah, because unfortunately, if it was unethical to to fuck people that needed
Fuck
coffee,
Red Funk.
to fuck people that needed coffee to function, we wouldn't have a society.
Well,
Yeah,
I
they
never
don't
said
do
that like most people weren't unethical, did I?
You said a lot of
I
things.
just said
but
it
no,
was
actually.
unethical.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess that's valid.
I mean, I guess that means every single person on the face of the earth is unethical.
Not every
It's true.
person, just, you know, probably the
Most people.
majority of them.
Yeah.
Everyone except you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Vast
Okay,
majority.
people in like countries that have yet to be introduced to caffeine.
Well,
True.
Gemini,
Okay,
Gemini
that's
is
So, like,
unethical, but that's beside
Yeah,
the
like
point.
space, basically.
Space?
Yeah, can't go to space and fuck. There's no caffeine there.
That's
Sorry.
true. Well, no, then you could, right?
It's unethical
time-
to funk. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, defunct,
All
definitely.
right, guys, take your girlfriends to SpaceX. It's happening. This is the new rules.
That is the new rule, it's true. You'll never become full genie like your mother. Wow, way to rub it in my face, you piece of shit. Thanks a lot.
That's a rough way to go, dude.
Someday
generation-
I'll get a Kickstarter. Someday, says Shantae.
Bum, bum,
And then she
bum.
did.
The end.
And then she made all the money.
Oh, never mind. Risky is here, I guess. Hey, look, it's the the Tinkers.
Tinkerbats.
Tinker Tub.
They actually look a lot more like bugs than they do bats, frankly.
Bugs are bats are bugs,
Tinker
dude.
bugs. Call them Tinker bugs. What's wrong
No,
with that?
that's too many fetishes, dude.
Look at the little wings
You're
on their
gonna
back. Look at the little wings.
Those aren't. Do you know what a bandana is? You fuck.
Are you retarded?
Oh my god.
Do you not see the things sticking out of their back?
Yo.
The black things sticking
Hey,
out of their back?
Gemini. Gemini, do I have to get you a subscription to Lovecrafters, dude?
Give me a moment before I.
Yeah, man, get your
Man.
Oh,
Those are a
my
lot more like
God.
bug wings than they are like bat wings.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
Dude. Yeah, whatever you say. I got. Yeah.
I had to full screen my video. I couldn't see them.
Gotta get. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
man.
that is
Just go
certainly...
Lovecraftings.
We're gonna have to spend some of that stream money to get you some glasses.
I do not have a vision problem.
Look, I know a guy. He can get you some pretty wicked ass glasses. Nice
Yeah,
frames.
they have tiny wings on their back.
Yeah, again, play as the fucking Tinkerbat in Game Boy Color, Shantae, and tell me all the flying you can do with them.
Oh, what?
Oh, except you can't!
Okay, dude. All right.
They're not bats!
Yeah, you're right. They're Tinkerbats. They're combinations of two things.
Yeah, the
Dang
bats and bats and the concept of tinkering.
Oh my god, universe. Oh my god, little universe.
Exclamation
Scott,
point,
you
very
fast scrolled past the best part of the ending.
Yeah, now I'll never see Nintendo Power's thank you credit. Oh, wait a minute.
And then more like Nintendo
You
Lane.
can't because their wings were tinkered down.
5 hours?
5 hours.
Actually 6, but
Man, too much. You're gonna need to work on that time,
that's
buddy.
5 much.
Oh yeah, that literally is what the pants look like. They just bag immediately and like whoomph. Like
Yeah.
that's really jarring. Holy shit.
I like how there's a zipper and it's just like bone
I
teeth.
don't wear glasses.
Why not? You clearly need them.
I do not. I have mild astigmatism. I've never needed a prescription.
All right, dude. Whatever you say, man. I'm
Uh,
telling
so-
you.
he-
I'm gonna give everybody a little show
Taste
offy
of
thing
Reno?
here real quick, just
Okay.
up to the first boss, because it doesn't take long in Pyro mode to get to the first boss.
All right,
And by
we'll
first
do
boss,
that,
I
and
mean
that'll
like
be-
the first dungeon boss. But yeah.
Nah,
Too
McParker,
long.
This is it for the night. We're gonna do this little thing and then we're gonna sign off.
I have places.
Going away forever.
You do?
Yes.
Like I think you have things to do and sleep to obtain, but I don't think you have places to be.
The law school tomorrow for class.
The law school. 3 a.m.
do. I'd be okay with that.
I wouldn't be.
Mild me stigmatism.
Well, okay.
Oh
I
no,
would- I
everyone
wouldn't
has
actually-
Mega Man eyes. Save them. They all have Mega Man eyes. Fix it.
I do love the music in this game a lot.
It's really good. Everything.
Soundtrack's amazing. By the way, the soundtrack you can get for free. So anyone
Wow.
who really likes music,
Hey,
use it.
Scud.
What?
I think your internet thinks the stream is done.
Oh yeah, did you
Yeah.
see the skipping around?
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Okay, that wasn't just me. Thank
Yeah,
God.
no, that is from
turns
me.
out-
We've basically been able to confirm that. Yeah.
It actually turns out that Shantae is actually Sonic. And he needs a Files connection to keep up.
That makes sense.
Unfortunate.
So Sonic the Hedgehog, like we know a lot about his little mannerisms from like the TV shows and comics and whatever, but like, do we know what kind of internet connection he prefers?
Probably fiber.
Yeah, FiOS, dude.
Like Google? Yeah, Google Fios.
No, just FiOS.
It's the only thing I can keep up with someone as fast as him, dude.
Well, no, Google Fiber would be the only thing I can keep up with.
This is Sonic, and you're
That's
watching
not
Sonic's
true. There
YouTube.
are tons of other gigabit like fiber connections.
None of them are nearly as good.
That's
Yo, how much is Verizon paying you?
I said Google.
How much is Google paying you?
More than Verizon did.
Okay, can you tell them to pay you for glasses?
No, because that's not part of my health benefits.
Sounds like that needs to change.
I would need an expert to actually tell me I needed them first, which they won't, because I don't.
we
Also,
have the
these
chat
guys-
command of Gemini that the bot puts lawyer.
Kadami is closer to a bat than I am, as in he might actually be blind.
Without my glasses, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
My
I'm not-
glasses.
I'm not up to that.
My
not
However,
yet.
glasses.
apparently while
I
wearing
can't-
them, I can actually see, unlike you without yours. So
My
Okay, you can
glasses,
see better
my
than me
glasses.
with your
I
glasses,
can't
but I
see
can see much
character
better than
details
you
that are
without
really
them.
obvious for my glasses.
Yes,
Fucking-
but you still need glasses if you can see worse than me without wearing them.
Nuh-uh.
Gemini needs glasses. Dental plan.
Get the ammo Baron's cut. Dental plan.
Gemini needs glasses.
Yeah, unfortunately, pirate mode doesn't let you speed up this fight at all.
Nope.
Yeah, unfortunately, just based on the way it works.
It would if it let you keep the moves, like the move lists stuff.
Oh man, if it
Yeah,
did,
it
this
doesn't,
game would
yeah.
be at like this game would not even have a speed. First to done. First to Totino's Pizza Rolls tier. Just
Sonic the Roadrunner? No. Oh, I thought they were still talking about internet connections. Is that even a thing anymore? That's probably not.
Roadrunner?
What?
No,
Roadrunner?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, Roadrunner used to be like an extension of Time Warner, right?
I think
Yeah,
there
now
might
it's just-
still be places where Roadrunner is still it's still called Roadrunner.
Oh, well, I'll be damned.
Are
I
those
remember
the
that
same
back when I was
places
like
that
10
still
years
have
old.
slavery?
Yeah, Roadrunner.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh Jesus Christ! Hold on, what is this?
It's Roadrunner. The Hedgehog.
Yeah, so there are still a few places where it's called Roadrunner, but it's Time Warner, obviously.
That's,
did
that's
you-
funny. I
So
didn't-
Gemini, we
Oh,
recently had the Time Warner cable merger, right, with Comcast.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know, their parent company decided it was time for them to merge. Time Warner is being bought by AT&T.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's
yeah,
fine. It won't affect TWC, right? Because they're separate companies. But
Oh, okay.
well,
Wait, you just said they would buy TWC, though.
no, they're buying Time Warner, not Time Warner Cable.
Time
Warner
Warner.
Cable
Oh,
is
I
its own
see.
separate company that was spun off from Time Warner like 8 years ago.
Right. Forgot about that. Of course,
How'd
Risky
you drive the-
captures you when you're in the bath, by the way.
I just want to know
bathtub you
how
don't
she.
own.
I want to know how she dragged the bathtub there without spilling any water.
Magic? Pirate magic? Oh, it
And
doesn't
she-
have any of that.
And she also got away with it. No one stopped her at
Yeah,
all,
no one stopped her even remotely.
including your dad.
So is she
Well-
trying to turn the Tinker Bats into actual bats?
No,
No.
no.
That's
What
the dark
benefit
magic
would that
thing.
serve?
Well, no, because she dragged you there to watch what appeared to be a contraption turning one of them into that. So, like, I assume.
Because she thinks that you know about it because she thinks Uncle Mimic is doing it. Because it's his lab. Man, you gotta learn the video
Do you
games,
think?
man.
I don't
think
know
Sonic
shit
can
about
have
this.
Anyway,
It's a good video game.
I would
I'll
like
buy
to
it.
thank you folks for tuning in, watching the stream. We appreciate it. It was
I'd like to
good.
thank you for turning
We
into
appreciate you.
We'll see you Friday.
that. Later, everybody.
Bye, fellas.
But late.
All right.